Okay.
Oh, you're all good.
Hey, you guys. Let me see if who's all in the chat. I got Bree on with me, you guys. We gonna get started. Man, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. This
Oh my.
was
Girl.
on both shows. It was just a tug of war of emotions. It was a lot going on this week.
You think on both shows, or you mean like more toward bold?
Just a tug of war with my emotions because Y&R has a lot of stuff going on, and B&B Thomas and Hope. Oh my goodness, she just made me so proud.
Girl, who are you telling? Okay, people are starting to stroll in here. Okay, good. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, man. You follow me on Instagram, right?
Yes, I've seen a lot of people different had separate reactions to the storylines going on, and I understand. But I was
Yeah.
really happy for that kiss.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We gonna get to it. I know everybody is anxious about it, so man, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But let me do an introduction and then we gonna get this show started, okay?
All right.
All right, welcome you guys to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where it's going to be Keisha and Bree and I, as Trish is celebrating her anniversary this weekend. Maybe she getting some of that Hope and Thomas action in with her husband. Who knows? But congratulations to them. I think it was either, did she say 33rd or 35th? One of the two. I know it's in the 30s. They've been together a long time, so she is celebrating her anniversary, and look like Keisha just popped in. Hey, Keish.
Hey.
Hi, Keish.
Bree.
Bree.
So it's going to be us ladies tonight, as I mentioned, and you know, Keisha, that Trish is out tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we normally do the Young and the Restless first, and then we do the Bold and the Beautiful, and then we have two segments. I flipped the script segment, and who is taking a seat in this week's episodes and this week's soap operas, whatever, because I know I got a few seats for some folks myself.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, J Money, you holding it down in the chat. He's one of the moderators. Also, Bree. We really haven't had any problems in our comment section, but as the community is growing, I wanted to, because sometimes we have some bots and stuff that pop in here. So, J Money, thank you so much for holding it down in the comment section as my mod. Thank you, Bree, for coming up and supporting us this week and filling in for Trish.
Oh, absolutely. I was happy to come on, especially this week. I had a lot to say.
Well, you're on the right week. I know Trish is probably can't wait to get back to say what she had to say. All right, so let me go ahead and do the recap for this week for the Young and the Restless, and then we'll break down the storylines. Okay, let's see. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, so for the Young and the Restless for the week of July 3rd through July 7th, Sharon gets a package from a dead man. Michael gives Summer legal advice. Jack does damage control. Kyle plans his future with Audra. Sharon burns her links to Cameron. And Victoria pursues her campaign against Nick and Adam. On July 4th was preempted. Wednesday, after Summer moves out, Kyle resigns from Marchetti and runs to Audra while Lily makes a decision for her future. Adam warns Audra not to underestimate him. Sally's moved by Adam's heartfelt letter, and Summer questions Audra's gifts. And then Audra asks Kyle if he want to try a new position. Not in that way, but Sally wants Nick to leave as she thinks about Adam, and Jack rages about Tucker and Ashley's new company. All right, so where do you guys want to start?
We'll let Bree pick since she's on today.
What you want to start at, Bree?
I guess we can get rid of Adam, Sally, and Nick. I'm really kind of just over this situationship. I think it's gone on, what, almost a year now? And everyone's pretty much a little old at this point to try to cradle Sally. If she doesn't want to be, if she wants to be left alone, she wants to be, keep to herself, let her be. If she doesn't want to get out of a hotel and get into a nice mansion with Nick, let her be. If she's not going to accept Adam's apology, just let her be. I feel like we're to the point where no one can really help Sally except for herself. And she's the kind of person who kind of like strives better when she's completely alone and not having to deal with a man. But that's why I was really happy towards the end of the week where Nick was kind of questioning maybe working with Adam. If they get rid of Sally, I would like both Nick and Adam even more.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree with you on that because she looked like it seems to me that if Sally wasn't in the equation, maybe there can be some mending of the fences between the two brothers. What do you think?
They need it.
Yeah, they do. What do you think, Keish?
I agree. I'm tired of Sally. She's pushing Nick away, pushing Nick away. And I get it. She's still trying to get over what happened, but it's like she's okay 1 minute, and then the next minute I need to be alone. I need some space. You're doing too much. Like, you're suffering me, or you're suffocating me. And it's like, what do you want? It's hard to read what she really wants. And then the same with Adam. Like, we've said this for I don't know how many weeks in a row. Just let it go. Like, the letter was sweet, but he's begging her. I want him to stop begging Sally to acknowledge his existence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's better than that. And I feel like I don't know. It's like he's just making himself look silly right now. Because he's so pressed for Sally to forgive him and to at least be his friend. And it's like, in the situation that they just went through, like Bree said, if she doesn't want to, or if she's just not ready to forgive him, then you just need to let that go and move on. And I also agree that if Sally wasn't in the equation, this would be a great time for Nick and Adam to kind of mend their relationship if he does decide to go over to Newman Media and work with him, and to watch them battle Victoria.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what you was just saying about the two of them working together. Victor, I'm telling you, he obviously enjoy watching his kids fight each other.
Yes, he does.
I mean, seriously, he don't want Adam to go after Newman Media, but doesn't have a problem with Victoria going up against Adam. Then you want to put Nick to work over at McCall, even though he's on temporary hiatus over at Newman. It's like he's just sitting back, just enjoying all of this. It's like a game. Well, he plays chess, but it's like a game to him watching his kids just fight each other.
I didn't really get the vibe that he was okay with Victoria doing what she was doing either.
He ain't stopping her like he's trying to stop Adam.
Who can really stop her, or Adam for that matter? They're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You see how he kind of went off on her about it.
Yeah.
But Victoria she's just as hard headed as the rest of them.
Yeah, Victoria is something else. I'm wondering how this is all going to fall out. Well, here's the thing, and I don't know if you guys heard all of the spoilers that I put out, but that partnership that Sharon wants to do with Adam, I'm almost positive probably has something to do with that tech company that she inherited from Cameron Kirsten. So I'm wondering if that's going to have something. And I would like to see Sharon in business. You know? Huh?
Really? Sharon?
Hey, why not?
I was wondering about that too, because I was like, okay, so you give Sharon this company. When have we ever really seen her run a major company or like shown like a head for business? I thought, wasn't she a psychologist? What happened to that?
In every conversation she has
I
with a friend.
I remember when she was working for the GCPD
Oh,
when
that's right.
remember Paul when he was a character on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had like went to school, I think, while she was like in mental was I don't know if she was in jail or a mental facility. Either which way, she got her degree, and then that's why she got the job at GCPD to help victims, and like she went through all of that, and then now they gave her a company, a tech company, and we've never seen Sharon do anything technical on the show.
Yeah, because I think she worked for. I think she worked for Jabot for a little bit, but it wasn't. I thought it was like as
A model.
Model.
a model or something like that, like or a
Right.
spokesperson. Yeah, she hasn't. She's never really done like the business thing. So I'm also interested to see where they take it with this tech company.
Yeah, I'm curious about that because in one moment it sounds like she was just gonna, maybe sell it off and take the money and give it, to charity or whatever for a good cause or whatever that may be. And then it looks like, oh, I'm gonna go on a new mission and I see a new change on the horizon, whatever she was saying. And it's like, okay, so are they making her go into that direction? Maybe she's gonna run the business, but like you said, Bree, she don't have any. I don't think she have any business experience, but Lily didn't either.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I guess maybe the thing that Lily had was mentorship from her dad and Devon on the business side.
I thought she was a model for a long time,
she
and
was a
She
model,
was. She was a model as well. Yeah.
and then she was a housewife, and they gave her like executive positions here and there, and then she went to jail, and then she immediately got a CEO position straight out of jail. And I was wondering what her qualifications were to get that.
the way that you put that in that timeline, Bree, she got a CEO position right out of jail.
and
Oh my! Go ahead. What you
and
say?
a nice salary, and every she had no complaints. I will say for Lily, I'll give her that.
Mhm.
She mind her P's and Q's. She focused on business, and then she was with Billy before he was Billy again, and she's appreciated her jobs. I will give her that, even though we don't know she had the skill sets to do them, but Genoa City said that she does.
So,
In the chat, which I totally forgot about, the Restless style. She was one of the I don't know if she was an owner or one of the CEO. I don't know how that what the hierarchy was there.
Right.
That's
She
the
was
Restless style magazine.
she was married to Jack.
who?
So Sharon was married to
Oh,
Jack, and
Sharon. Yeah.
Phyllis was with Nick,
Yeah.
and they
All
four of them they
four.
own Restless Style, and I think it got back to Billy. Billy owned it at one point after them. So not that long as far as ownership. The only thing we know that Sharon can do is run a coffee shop. She can make coffee.
Yeah. She can make coffee. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
would
mean, a tech
be.
company is much different than a magazine. That'd be, I guess, if anything, more aligned with the media side of things.
You know what? The only
Oh,
one that I could see probably picking up a company like a tech company and running is Phyllis because she always had like hacking
Right.
skills and computer skills. So her, I could see if they just say she came back and well, she'll be back next week, but and she cleared of all her charges and she want to start at a new job. I could see that because she got the skill set for tech.
Yep.
that's so
Phyllis.
pitiful.
Phyllis was the first person I thought of when they said that it was a tech company.
Me too, and that's why it's so pitiful because this woman has a lot of money. She could have had several companies. She had a whole hotel, and then Now she has to start over. I'm not looking forward to seeing Phyllis. She's my girl. She would have been perfect to work with Sharon in that case. If Sharon really wanted to go into business, that's the person you really can collaborate with. But, that's never
Yeah.
going to happen.
I'm wondering, okay, so, and I don't want to jump too far ahead into next week, but I'm just kind of curious of what, why, I mean, because he don't want anything to do with tech. He want to absorb all of the departments, according to what he said this week, and only want to focus on the media side. So, I mean, technology does play in media as well, I guess, because you need computers and stuff like that. So maybe that's what it is. That's going to be interesting next week to see if that's something that they're going to partner up in. And I saw earlier that Jay Money was wondering if they were going to restart a whole situation between Sharon and Adam.
I wish
I
they would.
that girl, listen. Remember, we used to talk about that 3.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You feel Sharon and Adam are a better fit?
I lost interest because originally I was all for it. Back when we first started this podcast, Keisha and I, back in late 2019, early 2020, that was one of the things that we were really hoping for, was that Sharon and because when Mark Grossman came on the scene to play Adam, he was instantly put with Sharon before that whole Chelsea fiasco. And they had that hot one bedroom scene where he had Sharon up against the wall, and then they fell on the bed, and I was like, okay, give us more of that. And they just left us right there, and then they broke them up.
They,
So
they've kind of had like a very sticky situation. Adam's kind of had like the same similar storylines as Thomas had, because didn't Adam like tell her baby wasn't hers at one point? Wasn't that face fraternity
yes.
or maternity or something like that?
Mhm.
Um, it- they've they've had like a weird relationship. I guess it depends on the actor that plays Adam and their chemistry with Sharon
Mhm.
Case. I feel is what makes Sharon and Adam for me.
Mhm.
It's really hard to say who Sharon's like perfect match would be. It's not Nick. It's not Jack. I don't think it's really anyone on that show, to be honest. I think Ray was the last one.
You think she pretty much? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, she's been through so much in the past. What, 3 to 4 years with
Yeah.
Ray and
Cancer.
cancer and all of this, so it kind of detached her from the romantic storyline side of things. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I really can't see who you could put her with. I mean, Adam would be nice, but I like the chemistry that he had with Sally. But I just prefer for Adam to does not really be with anyone unless it's completely brand new person, brand new storyline, and go from there. Eventually, he's going to make his way to Audra, since Audra's making her way around Genoa City. But in the meantime, we can keep Adam to himself.
Honestly, that's just way too much. Kind of like the same, though he has the same energy to me as Thomas. No, I mean Thomas was a little bit on the obsessive side,
Hmm.
but that I guess that dark energy, you need to do something with that. And I mean, it's one thing to have him fighting his family all the time. I'm over that part of it. He has nothing to do. He floats around town. Then he gets something, and then now he's up fighting against Victoria again. And then he's on the outs again, and then he's floating through town, floating through time, or he leaves town, and then he's back, and then he gets a new gig, and then of course he's fighting with the family again. It's like wash, rinse, and repeat with Adam. Give that man. To me, and I know Keisha and I talked about this a couple of years back. Let him start his own business. I honestly think he should have just bought McCall outright. He got the money to do it instead of Victor buying it, giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? Then he can do what he wants with it. I
I
mean,
agree
Yeah.
with that. What would be pretty awesome is if he just bought Sharon's company. She
Mm-hmm.
won't really know what to do with it, but he could buy that and say, you know what, I don't want to have to deal with Newman Media. Well, actually, no, he's going to still deal with Newman Media. I think he's going to probably make a merger or do something with that. I think he's going to end up buying Sharon's company, and somewhere along the lines, he and Nick will run it. I don't know.
That's gonna be rough. I'm wondering how that's gonna work out with him and Nick. Nick is too wishy washy to me. One day he doesn't like Adam. The next day he's like, "Oh yeah, that's my poor brother," and then the next day he's like, "Adam is always destructive," and he just goes back and forth.
Yeah, but I mean, Nick has always played hopscotch all of his life with careers, with women, just life decisions. That's just what he does.
Yeah, that's true. What you think, Keish?
Um, I'm always in the opinion that Adam needs to outright own whatever company he's with that has
Yep.
nothing to do with his dad,
Yep.
because Victor can snatch it from him as soon as he just completely does not agree with something that Adam does. So you know how I feel about that. I'm
Right.
tired of being under his dad's control, and I will never understand why Adam keeps going back to it. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. I hate the way they write this man. He could be his own mogul. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Away from the Newman anything. And then you want to take back Newman Media. It was mine. I built that company. Yeah, but it was under the Newman umbrella, which was owned by Victoria or ran by Victoria. So, I mean, it's like, look, you got McCall. Hopefully he can get this tech company from Sharon and then just move on. Now, romantically, I actually would want to see this happen, and let me know what you guys think. I actually would like to see Audra with Adam and um have Kyle with Sally.
Kyle and Sally.
Mhm.
I would need to see, like, I guess, a different interaction between him and Sally. Audra is just an open door. She's an open door policy. Any of the Newmans, Abbotts, she might even make her way over to the Spencers. It's all up for fair game. It would not matter who she's with. I will say that she will elevate that male counterpart very well, because the affair that she's having with Kyle, even though I cannot stand him for what he's doing, it's kind of hot. It's interesting. It's spicy, and I can kind of see a little bit of chemistry that she has with Adam, but not too much to kind of hang my hat on it. But
Okay.
any of them, she would be open to.
To me, go ahead. I'm sorry, Keish. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what would be fun to see is possibly Kyle and Adam kind of fighting over Audra.
Really?
Oh, I would watch that.
That would be interesting. You
Is
have to.
Audra a prize?
What you say?
I think eventually Kyle is gonna. I think Audra is gonna screw him over in some way, and Kyle is gonna regret his decision in messing around with her.
Yeah, I agree with that. Something's going to happen with that. It's just happening too fast to me. You know what I'm saying? It
definitely is happening fast, for sure.
Because he was like, oh, this cute girl flirted with me, and the next thing they're in bed together.
And he buying her diamond earrings.
Exactly.
Which was her flowers. And openly, this man is openly out in public flirting hard with her. Like the way he was up in her face today. Like, Kyle, your wife hasn't even completely moved out of the house yet, and y'all are still married. I know Summer, did some foul stuff by lying about her mom still being alive to him.
Mm-hmm.
But man, show a little respect for your marriage. I know it's over, or I know you feel like it's over, but you can't be out in the open flirting with old girl.
Let me tell you where else he screwed up. He left a paper trail especially those earrings.
Yes.
It's like, dude.
When he was ordering that stuff over the phone, I'm like, whoever this man is, obviously they've got a relationship or friendship because he's telling this to order some flowers and send some jewelry. I know that man was on the other end like, this isn't your wife. So he's basically inviting other people into the fact that you're having an affair right now. I don't care if you and your wife are on bad terms or not. Like, this literally just happened the same day.
Right.
Exactly.
But it's like he doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, he it's the usual his jury guy. And well, I mean, my thing is he would have did better by just going paying cash with the flowers, with the jury. But you talking about going to the same jewelry company that you bought your wife jewelry from? Come on.
Hey, you know what's funny though? I I will say that he and Summer are living proof that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Kyle is proof that simping is genetic.
No.
He this is exactly what Jack would do. And the thing is, I have never seen a man so proud to throw money at his side chick. This openly, this going in and out of the hotel room, and Audra's eating it up, and I don't blame her. She'll never say no to a job, a man, a scandal, nothing, no integrity, nothing. And that's unfortunate to see a woman move that way. It makes me hate her even more. I have a lot of disgust for her, but she's interesting on my TV though. Now the thing is, she's no different from Victoria in that case. It's like they're parts for the type of man that's someone else's man, the man that all the women that they want. And I feel that with Kyle, he's just a surprise to her. She's going to accept any gifts. She knows he's stupid. She's going to accept. She's going to accept getting her back blown and getting jewelry. And I'm hoping Summer sees this fast, not slow, and gets all of Phyllis up out of her and checks them both. I cannot wait for that.
That's if she don't sleep.
It's gonna be at the what is that place called? The GCAC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's staying there.
I hope she pops into the hotel room.
Well, here's the thing. That's if she don't sleep with Chance first.
Yeah, that's true. But they haven't even gotten anywhere near, I feel like, being flirty with each other yet. Like, Summer is still under the impression that she can save her marriage.
Right? Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. But yeah.
I'm hoping all of Phyllis comes out of Summer. Audra is just too trashy to me. The fact that she brought this man back upstairs and then she was like, I thought you can see the earrings better this way, and then drops the rope. I've never seen something so tacky before.
Yes.
And you're a home married man. And that's the other thing that killed me too. You were looking at photos of you and your wife, and then you go to the next call and then is ordering jewelry for your side chick, because that's exactly what she is, and proud of it.
Yeah. She sure is, because she knew he was married. And she didn't even know. I don't even think she realized the extent of their relationship issue, because when Kyle saw her, I think they were at the coffee house, maybe. And he said something about, I can't remember what he said in reference to Summer or their marriage, but it was like he said, well, I hope it didn't happen because of what happened between us. So it was like, you did this knowing that this was a married man, and without knowing the extent of, or if they even were having problems in their relationship. And it was just like I hope I wasn't the cause of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you tripped him or something.
Girl, I mean, I don't know. When I first saw them a week ago, when they did their first scene, I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty. That's out. That scene was pretty hot. I mean, she had some moves,
was hot.
Huh?
It was it was hot. I agree with you on that.
It was hot, but I don't. I guess because he's moving too fast, and she's just trifling. See, okay, and I don't want to go too far into this, but there were shots fired between Hope and Liam yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shots fired, both sides. So at that point, they just, lobbed a grenade in that thing and said, peace out. This right here, like you said, Summer is still thinking that there's a chance. She don't know about none of this. Whereas the both of them know that they got feelings for somebody else on the Liam and Hope side of the world, right? So I
Yeah.
could see them maybe moving like we gonna talk about later, except for Steffi. Anyway, but this situation right here, yeah, the girl just started flirting with him and he was gone. His nose is so wide open. He ain't even
Mm-hmm.
thinking straight. This dude is screwing this girl with his wedding ring still on.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all noticed that. I had to put my eyeballs up to the screen. I'm like, wait a minute. Is his ring still on? At least Hope is gonna take hers off on Monday, okay? But his ring is still on.
Oh my goodness. He loved
um,
his jewelry.
Girl, please. If I was Audra, I'd be like, okay, this man nose wide open. You know what? Go over there and deal with, close that door. Finally, I don't mean just separating. She moved out the house. Y'all need to ask for a divorce and just get it over with.
Right.
No, no, it won't matter to Audra as long as his wallet's open. She's open.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even for her own pride level, I guess. It's like I ain't finna be nobody's
She don't
side
have
chick.
no.
What you say, Kish?
Ooh.
What you say,
I,
Keisha?
I said she don't have no pride. That's why she doing what she doing. She don't
Yeah,
care.
that's true.
Nope.
Oh, that's true. Yes, she slept with Tucker several times.
And then she was trying to get with Nate, and he was with Elena. And even when he got with Victoria, she was still trying to get underneath him. She has no shame, can't keep a Newman. She had a Newman, can't keep him. So I guess she's going to try an Abbott. I mean, there's only
Yep.
two families in Genoa City.
And he's so open. I can, cause didn't she try to flirt? She little bit, in so many words, tried to flirt with Adam, and he was like, "I see through you," or
Yep.
something. And then Kyle was just open season.
Yeah. So J Money said Kyle has told Summer he wants a separation. As far as he's concerned, he's not with her anymore. And I get that, but it's the out in the like he's out in the open, like openly just flirting with this woman. And he's still married to Summer, and Summer still hasn't accepted that their marriage is over. So it's like if you're gonna do it, at least do it in private until your divorce is final. Like don't disrespect your marriage and your wife. And I know that the argument can be made that she lied to him for however many months, but I don't know. I just feel like out of courtesy, he shouldn't embarrass. He's basically embarrassing Summer.
I agree. And the thing that kind of kills me is that his wife committed crimes for him, for his mother. And not to say either situation's better, it's just they both kind of put each other in through the same scenario. It could have been a wash, it could have been something they could have worked through. I don't like the way that he's gone about it. And it's just unfortunate that he can only just see her fault but not think about the ways that she's loved him, supported him. She was a mother to his son. And I can't see, and the fact that he said he didn't want to like risk anything wrong with Harrison or whatever the case is. And I'm like, you're really not doing your son any justice either. I mean, you're going to invite random people into his life. And then you have Diane, which a lot of people are already on the fence about still. And it's like you have yet to prove that you've made sound decisions yourself for you to say that she couldn't be a part of his life or be his mother. That's one of the parts that I don't like, is that you guys have a kid that you're raising together. Like, why wouldn't you want to save that?
Yeah, and I think I'll have if he's just truly done with it. Like, there's just no coming back from what Summer did. it's fine. And I think I will have more respect for it or be more okay with it if he was just honest with Summer and just let her know, like, look, just so you don't hear from somebody else, I've already started dating other people. Just be upfront with her about it and don't try to hide it or, trying to be sneaky about it. Just tell her. If you truly feel that your marriage is done and you know for sure that you're filing for divorce, then don't sneak around. Just be out front with it and let Summer know what's going on so she doesn't hear that from, somebody else that witnessed him and Audra all up in each other's faces or whatever.
Yeah, and I think what else makes this is going to make this so bad is because this is the same woman that her brother went through all that mess with too. You know what I mean? So it's like you sleeping with her. So I mean there's some history there between those two as well, but I gotta say, who is that? Who put that in the comment I just saw? Amaya. Amaya says that Audra owes Summer nothing. Their relationship is not her responsibility. What do you think about that?
The way I would say that is Audra works for a Newman. Summer is a Newman, and if Summer's hurt and Victor finds out about it, Victor, one thing I will say is he is all about all of his kids, grandkids included. If Audra wants to keep her job at Newman Media, she might want to steer clear from Summer's husband. That's just me, though.
My question is, I'm wondering if Kyle is going to accept Audra's offer to work at Newman Media.
I mean,
so I agree with her in where I don't think Audra owes Summer anything because it's not her relationship. She's not the married party. Do I think she's trashy? She's doing, yeah, but it's not her responsibility to make sure that Summer is being treated fairly in her marriage. It's Kyle's, and that was the angle I was coming from as far as their relationship is concerned.
Yep, that makes sense. I mean, this here is gonna blow wide open, and I think I saw Jay Money say it in the comment section how once Summer finds out that he's been sleeping with Audra, she's probably gonna run maybe straight to Chance.
I hope not.
What you say? I hope not.
They do keep circling them around each other.
I know, right? They're definitely trying to Kim test those two.
Yeah.
A lot, and they can stop. Not to say that there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the actors. They're very attractive people. It's just I don't really. There's nothing really about Chance that excites me or attractive as far as like pairing him up in a relationship. Like I know that they pretty much the Newmans pretty much use him as like their personal private eye detective. He's the only cop in that city, and I that's all I know Chance for, and that the fact that he's extremely rich and he doesn't do anything about it. But I don't really see the appeal that he would have for Summer, is given the types of guys that Summer has kind of dealt with already.
Yeah, I don't know who I could see Summer with outside of Kyle this summer.
Oh, Liam saying
I could see her.
I knew you was gonna. I knew somebody was gonna say that, Liam.
I could see her together. I mean, unfortunately, I just think that his character in general is just hard for you to be excited about anybody that they would hook him up with.
Who did you say? What guy? Keisha?
I said I could see Chance and Summer together.
Oh, Chance and Summer. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just that Chance's character right now is just like we said. I think a couple of episodes ago that I don't think it matters who they hook him up with unless it's somebody that's like super fiery, like Sally.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a blah relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What do you guys think about, switching gears a little bit, what do you guys think about Devon moving out of his penthouse into the Chancellor Mansion and moving Lily into the penthouse?
Um. So, um, to be honest, I think I skimmed past that scene. Because like, and I hate to say that for some of like those particular scenes, it's just like, okay, so Devon and Abby, the two rich people, moved into a nice big mansion, and then they have Lily move in, I guess, to eventually, hopefully, I guess, move Daniel in to get him up out of the hotel too. Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, good for the rich people, yay.
I guess my question always was that apartment or that condo or whatever, which was really nice. That was a very nice set where
Mhm.
Billy and Lily lived. Whose was that?
I thought that was
I
Lily's,
thought it
wasn't
was
it?
too.
I guess I just assumed they were both on the lease.
So it was a rental? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they bought it or if they're
I would hope they would rent
renting it.
because they can't commit. So rent was a smart choice.
Right,
I
that's
just looked
true.
at this whole thing as a way for this show to keep the penthouse in the show
Mm.
and to bring back the Chancellor Mansion, because right now it's only Chance living in there, so there was really no need to shoot any scenes there. So moving Devon and Abby is a way to bring the Chancellor Mansion back into the fold, and having Lily move into the penthouse keeps the penthouse in the fold as well.
I can't believe Chance was living in that big old place by himself.
Me either. I didn't even know that Chloe and
Esther,
not Esther, um,
Kevin.
Kevin. I
Hmm.
didn't realize that they moved out because they were living there for a minute.
Hmm. For a little while, and then Abby and Chance were living there. I think Nina had came back for a short period of time, and then um, Chance was pretty much gone for the most. Abby was pretty much just living there for the most part. So
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see why he doesn't really have too much of an attachment to the house. But I'm like, that's his family home too. I'm sure it's big enough for everyone to live there, but
I guess
so we're
Chance is like, shoot, I don't need all this space by myself.
Right.
I
I would
mean,
be hesitant if I was Abby, just for the simple fact that that's where Nina goes when she comes into town, and her and Nina didn't leave off on the best of terms.
mm,
mm, yeah, I could
yeah.
see. I mean, is that I think they to move Devon there. I could see why. I mean, Catherine Chancellor was his grandma.
Yeah.
My question is, where is Tucker living?
Oh, I thought he was living
I,
at the
Oh,
Abbey
that's right.
Mansion.
He
yeah.
did move in with Ashley. He moved in with
Yeah.
Ashley. Okay, so, well, yeah. Then Devon gets the mansion. He's the next in line as the grandson, so that makes sense. And then, like you said, in order to keep that penthouse set, then yeah, move Lily in there. As he said, let's keep it in the family.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that storyline. It was very small, and like a lot of people are saying in the chat, it seems that Abby and Devon is boring. What do
I
y'all
mean,
think?
I completely forgot about him, to be honest.
yeah, they don't have anything exciting going on right now.
No, they don't. Once they had that whole triangle with or quadrangle with Chance and Amanda, and now Amanda's gone. Chance is like, I'm going to live my life. What else does Abby? Abby doesn't have anything going on. And Devon doesn't have anything going on. That fight over at Chancellor Winters is over between him and Lily. So yeah, right now they just floating through a storyline. I guess they had to give him something.
Well, they could circle Elena back to Devon if they wanted to try to mix up that storyline up a little bit. I mean, because she's single, and eventually she's going to need a male counterpart.
I haven't seen her, and she wasn't even on at all this week, was she?
And she's
I
been on
think
for 2 weeks.
yeah, I think the last scene she was in was when she went off on Nate and Victoria at the GCAC
Yeah, yeah.
for eating.
Hmm.
I don't want to see her circle back to Devon though. I'd move her along somewhere else. I don't want to see her back in that that fold.
The question is to where though.
Yeah.
No, unless they're gonna have to move her onto the sideline like they do every while she don't have nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Adam is single, but I don't see that happening. Um, Kyle is then moved over to Audra. Chance is single, but I thought they were Kim testing them for a hot second, and that didn't go anywhere. So I don't know what they would have for Elena. She's, I guess we'll have to wait and see if they give her something to work on.
Yeah.
I thought I read something where like one of the major characters was going to deal with like an illness, and then she's like part of that storyline to help them get them back to health or something.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who they were saying that about, but because it wasn't Sharon, I almost want to say that it was Victor. I'm going to have to go back and read again, but I did read something like that. They were going to use her for a particular storyline in that regard, which I'd be here for. It is something.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we'll have to see what they're gonna do with her. So right now, Elena is just somewhere in soap opera space, and Abby and Devon is just. I think the last hottest scene was the one all over the house, and that was it
Yeah.
to me. You know. Okay, so now we need to talk about um this whole thing with Nick being pushed out. Now I know it started last week. Now he's out floating through time. I know we kind of talked about him and Adam working together. I don't think he's going back. The way this look, I mean, they're making it kind of seem like there's, oh, give me a couple weeks or anything. He's like, well, maybe I won't go back. Did you hear he said that to Sally?
Yeah.
I will say with Nick, he's probably had the most checkered career path out of anyone on the show. It's like 1 minute he wants to have a head for business. Next minute he wants to open a bar. Next minute he wants to run charities. Then he wants to come back to Newman. So me personally, if I was running Newman, he would not be like in an executive position because he's too finicky. And Victoria, I will say she's had a passion for business, but is she right for business? No. And I think Victor and Nikki, they know that with Victoria. That's why Victor is constantly hovering over her every move, because she's been known to make poor decisions. I mean, look what she's doing now. But it's just, Nick has never really had a hunger for business. That's why I think Adam is Victor's favorite child. As badly as he treats Adam, I think Victor Adam Newman is his father's son. But you have Victoria, who's desperately trying to be, that person in their dad's eyes. But I think Victor always wanted that to be Nick, but he knows it's never going to be Nick. So I don't really see him staying at Newman, but eventually, maybe in a year or so, he'll be back in executive position, guaranteed.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that Victoria and Adam, they'll get in the mud, they'll get in the trenches, they'll play dirty. Nicholas has a conscience in some cases. Sometimes he's like, well, I don't know if we should do that. Don't you think that's not a good idea? And then Victoria give him the Greek looking face, like he's speaking a whole nother language or something. So I don't know if he's 100% cut out for business.
I don't think he has ever. I feel like the last several times that he has worked at Newman, it was because Victoria or Victor convinced him to come back, not because he willingly came back.
Right.
Exactly.
You are absolutely correct. Because he needs to be running a bar. Because he's that easygoing, hey, have conversations, chill. He's not the corporate dude.
Yeah.
He's not the Adam that, I think that was Bree. He's not the man like Adam who Victor admires. That's why him and Victor butt heads so much, Adam and Victor, because they're too much alike.
Exactly. And Adam, I think he was like Harvard business
Right.
school. He was running companies and corporations before he even spoke with Victor. Adam has had a proven track record in executive position consistently, whereas Nick has always hopped from different businesses to businesses. He's never really stuck with anything, or shown like really any passion for anything except for who he can get in the sheets. But you know, it would be nice if he just had a business to himself and just call it anything, call it whatever. Like literally call it whatever, because he won't really have.
You said call it whatever.
Just call the business whatever, and because he won't really know what that's really going to be, but at least he can say he can work for himself. He signs his own paycheck. He's not underneath his daddy, or had to worry about getting permission from his sister, or had to fight back and forth with his family. I just don't see why everyone is pushing so hard for that one seat that Victor will always control.
Yeah, and I think he's always said that he's happier working for himself and not working at the company.
Yeah.
Like he enjoyed the bar, he enjoyed the coffee house, he enjoyed his the nonprofit that he had.
Yeah.
And he's never he will admit that he doesn't like working there. He doesn't necessarily like it, but he does it because he wants to help his family, because they ask him to do it.
Yeah, that's just like what Katana Caramel and Amaya Baker is saying in the comment section. Nicholas is following more after his mom's. He is more like his mom, and I think Nikki is just working there just because. Nikki probably would rather be creating events and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they're more like the people person, kind of like what V.E. Carter was saying. Nick is more of a people person versus a cutthroat business shark.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to describe it.
You know what I was thinking of? Because I was wondering, like, why is Nikki in this COO position? And I'm like, okay, so this is how Victor is managing things. Because Nikki, we have never really seen Nikki in this high level position. The same way I was saying about Sharon. I guarantee you, Nikki's going to Victor with any and every Newman Enterprises question she can think of. Like, what do I say to this? How do I fill this email out? How do I do this? Right. I guarantee you that's who's running Newman Enterprises. That's why I think Nikki is constantly in Victoria's ear, because she knows how her husband thinks, and she knows how the company needs to be ran. But
what do you guys think about how Nikki supported Adam this week? Do you think she was being genuine? Because he sure didn't think so.
I think she was, finally. I think because Nikki isn't, I don't feel like the type that will just go up to Adam just to, be fake for no reason. I think it was a genuine concern, and her feeling, kind of sorry for him for what he was going through. And even when she was talking to Victoria, when her and Victoria got into that argument, she was like, you're fighting against Nick. You're trying to take Newman Media, or I forget what Adam's company is called, but you're trying to Adam, basically, And any other time that never would have come out of her mouth. So I feel like maybe she's softening up a little bit to Adam. Of course not, I don't think she's gonna think about inviting him to family dinner, but just the fact that she was kind of defending Adam a little bit, like telling Victoria she needs to pump her brakes. I thought that was kind of cool to see. Just a little bit of...
Gotcha. Okay. Now, we got to talk about Ashley starting her own company this week with Tucker. I honestly don't have a problem with it.
I don't either.
I don't see the big deal. I mean, I don't understand why Jack is all... Just because it's Tucker, okay, but you got Diane in some chief position, talent, whatever. I mean, why not? She said, okay, I don't want to fight with you anymore. I'm not going to throw you out the company. I remember I talked about a coup. I'm just going to leave you alone, and we're just going to do something different. I don't see no problem with that. I think that's taking the high road, honestly.
It's taking the high road, but I think Jack is worried about the fact that she owns those patents. So she could create a number of different products, and Jabot can't replicate that. So this means they would have to start off fresh, trying to get a new chemist or try to get whoever in to create a new product. I think Jack knows he's really met his match with his sister because in reality, she is Jabot. She's made them a great deal of money, and if she starts a company of her own, he knows it's going to be big trouble for Jabot.
What do you
Yeah,
think, Keish?
he's probably looking at it as competition. So now he feels betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if it was such a pain in your side for her to be there, and you were already mad about the possibility of her trying to oust you from the company, then I would think that he would be happy that she's just going to go off and start something new and different away from Jabot. And I mean, it's not like that Jabot is the only cosmetics company brand out there. So competition is competition. Like,
Mm-hmm.
go. But maybe he is upset about the patents because he knows how valuable they are.
Yeah, that's true. Cause I mean, she owns them, right, outright. Even though, so she could walk away with them, and they can't say anything, right?
Exactly. Those patents, I remember like an episode, they said that those patents was pretty much the genetic makeup of Jabot.
Wow.
Without it, and basically without Ashley, they don't really have a company unless they find people to try to do what she does. And that was also another thing I was thinking of too this week. I'm like, why can't they bring Allie back? Because she's a chemist. I remember the episode where she and Ashley were like bonding over like the same education background experience. So
Mm-hmm.
if they really wanted to play, he can call his granddaughter and say, hey, get in this chemistry lab and make up something. We need to sell some products. That would have been interesting to kind of watch. I don't know. That's just me.
You know what? That would be something good. I mean, if Ashley think, yeah, see, now you're screwed. Without me, you're nothing. You don't have a chemist. If they bring back some young, fresh chemists like Allie, that would be huge. That would be a huge storyline. And
Yeah.
especially, I mean, that's Jack's granddaughter. Why not? She'll be up and coming. She probably got new ideas. Social media for Gen Z is pretty huge. You
Exactly.
know, she's a Gen Zer. So, I mean, the thing is, I mean, not saying that, Ashley is old news. Yes, she got those patents, but there's a new couple generations coming up, Gen Z and Alpha Gen. So, I mean, the thing is, you got new ideas, new concepts. That would be huge as a competition to Ashley and Tucker's company.
Exactly. And it'd be a fresh storyline. I wouldn't mind seeing the battle of these businesses. I wouldn't mind this. But I think if they were to bring Allie back, if Jack were like, okay, start your business, I'll start off new, start off fresh, call Allie, they create brand new, fresh products that would kind of be in competition with Ashley's products. I actually think I would like to see that.
I would
Yeah.
like to see that too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It's
you
driving me nuts too that Jack is just absolutely does not believe any of this is Ashley's doing, and it's all Tucker manipulating her as if Ashley is an idiot and can't make up her own mind.
But Jack, you're doing the same thing. They're saying Diane got her claws into him, and he's saying no, this is all my decision. So I mean, it's like, why don't y'all take y'all personal lives and go somewhere in the corner and sit down? Just do what you want to do. This business situation, y'all can figure this out. But if that girl wants to marry Tucker and you want to marry Diane, so what? Y'all
Right.
ain't sleeping with each other. Y'all not swapping anything. So I mean, come on.
And they all are living in the same house. All of these rich people
Right.
complaining and living in the same house. That makes no sense. You would like to like live your life in your own four walls, but
Right.
No,
that's why I don't really feel bad for like the bickering and stuff. I'm like, y'all did it to yourselves. Y'all could have left at any point. Any one of you.
I don't
But y'all choose
understand
to
why
sit there.
any of these people are staying in a hotel. I mean, the only person I would say that should be staying in a hotel right now is probably Phyllis because she technically has no place to go. But when you got somebody like Summer, why are you staying in a hotel? I mean, you're part of the Newman family. I know they got some place to stay on that ranch.
A room, anything, maid
Exactly.
service, car service, but you want to be in a hotel. And that was also the thing I had an issue with Sally. This man is offering you a house.
Mhm.
He's got tired of coming back and forth to these hotel rooms for almost what over a year now.
Mhm.
And you want to, I just want to stay. I don't want a new home. I'll stay. Leave her there. I was so mad at that.
I mean, the same thing with Audra. You should have had a couple of paychecks under your belt, Miss CEO.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, give them an apartment or something. I mean,
Lily's apartment.
yeah, why not? That's a free apartment. Somebody can move over there. Summer, Audra, who else is in there? Well, I don't know about Sally going because she haven't really solidified her job or her business yet, right? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're still. I think they're still building.
Yes, they're still building, but at least with Audra and Summer, why the heck are you staying over at a hotel? It makes no
Yeah, I don't.
sense.
I wish that they would do something about their production because I can't imagine that they don't have the money, or I don't know if it's a space issue, but yeah, I can't stand the hotel living with these millionaires. It just
It
makes
doesn't make
absolutely no.
sense.
It would make more sense if they were penthouse hotels,
Right.
like with bedrooms, but they're
They could
literally
do that.
studio. They're literally like studios. They're just
Well,
studio
think
like
about it like
regular
this,
hotel.
Keisha. The rooms over at the Grand Phoenix had like a full bath, a bed over there. Then they have a couch and chairs and all of that or something. It was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more modern, I would say, than the GCAC.
Yeah, it was.
It
So,
was more,
mhm.
but they still went from hotel to hotel. They checked out of one hotel to go to the next, which makes no sense. Mariah's had three places, and
Mhm.
we have people who've lived in hotels for years. So that makes no sense.
Yeah, and especially like you said, these are CEOs. These are not people that work in the mailroom or maybe struggling or something. These people should be millionaires or at least six figures. Why are you staying in a hotel room as your apartment?
Right.
At least on the Bold and the Beautiful, I think the only person we kind of seen floating in between apartments was Thomas when he was staying with Paris.
And Ridge,
Ridge was
Ridge.
staying with that Ridge is man. You mean Pinecomb Keyhole Head Ridge?
Not pie coming ahead. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
we'll talk about him later. But we don't see, I mean, it's not that many characters over there. But when we had a whole bunch of flowing storylines, I don't even know if there was ever a hotel. Even Deacon was staying in a tiny apartment.
Yeah.
Yes, he even had his own place. But you have rich people in a hotel. It makes no sense.
Is there a hotel on Bold? I don't even think there is a hotel on Bold.
What was the hotel that Eric was using to sneak off with Donna?
Girl,
Um.
that was the country club when they was playing pickleball.
Oh, okay. I got you. I
Yeah,
thought it
they
was
would
a
go
hotel
play.
strip.
Yeah, it was one of the houses on the pickleball court, but it was really nice, obviously, because they had a whole big old bedroom thing. But I don't even remember. Everybody over there got a place to stay.
Yeah,
Everybody. But only one person. Where's Taylor staying?
she has the beach house. Remember
Does she?
Wyatt's beach house.
I don't never see her there because she was trying to move out and move with Brooke for a while.
But I didn't think she actually fully. I don't think she moved in with her.
So she's still over there? I would
I
assume
believe so.
so. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, they never showed her actually moving in there.
Right. I think that it was talked about, but they didn't really touch on it. And that makes sense for Taylor to have her own place, especially now. I mean, Rich is gonna need some place to run to. But we'll get into that later.
Wait a minute. Somebody is officially homeless. Liam. He's staying with Pops, but
Yeah.
he, and he immediately knew. It was like, I'm gonna go to my dad's rich house.
well, at least he didn't go to a hotel. He
He was
knew where
smart.
to go.
He's like, these rooms are free. I need to save every penny. I'm gonna stay here with my daddy. I don't blame him, but the housing situation in Genoa City, I've never seen it so bad. I mean, it's like 18 people.
Exactly.
Half of the cast is in a hotel. This is terrible.
Exactly. There's no reason. Audra, maybe she can be in between. I'll even give her a little bit of salt, even though, she's the CEO or COO or whatever. But Summer, come on, you a Newman. You go stay with your daddy. You can stay with your daddy. You can stay with your grandparents. Come on now, you got options. Why are you staying at the GCAC?
Several options, but she was the same person who wanted to throw money to help her mom. Throw money at a witness to help her mom, but couldn't help herself get a place of her own.
Thank you. Girl.
Maybe this is just temporary until she can find something.
What'd you say?
Maybe this is just temporary for her until she finds a new place.
I know. I guess I don't. Maybe we're looking at it as her family has money. It's like I would be on the phone like, look, Dad, me and my guy, we just split. Can I come and stay on your big old ranch somewhere? I know you got some place for me to sleep in that big old house. I just need a room. Or just call her dad. He's never at home. He's always up under Sally. Somebody got to be there with Christian. Let Summer be there with him. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's enough railing on the hotel situation. Alright, did we cover everything for the Young and the Restless this week? I don't think we missed anything. Because we had only 4 episodes. Because Tuesday for the 4th. Hopefully all of you guys had a good holiday off. For those who celebrated, because I know some people don't. We didn't have an episode that day, so it wasn't. It was pretty interesting, I guess. But I think that's all we had, right?
I think so. I can't think of anything else. I was gonna say Nate and Victoria, but that's kind of.
What did you have on Nate and Victoria?
What I was gonna. Other than that, the only question I had this whole week was like, why is she in this position and to begin with, power positions or dangling some sort of money in front of the men that she keeps? And I honestly just can't wait for it for everything to fall in both of Nate and Victoria's faces. I want to see the humiliation, and I'm hoping the writers really humiliate her because she really deserves it at this point.
Yeah, she gonna need a a downfall. What are you about to say, Keisha?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with Bree.
Yeah, so I don't know.
That annoyed me. I think today's episode, Lily ran into Audra, and they were jabbing each other or whatever, and then Audra said something to Lily about there was one big favor that she did for her, or something that she was grateful for was them firing her, or them finally firing her, getting rid of. I can't remember how she worded it, but she worded it as if it was a wrongful termination, as if she was not a mole there to take their company.
I remember that. That really made me sick too. I think she was saying, "Oh, it was so good for you guys to fire me so I can realize my maximum potential and really succeed," or something like that.
Girl.
I'm like, girl, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, she needs to cut it out.
I'm surprised that Newman would even consider it.
Wait a minute, you breaking up. Say that again, Keisha.
I was just saying she earned that firing, and I'm surprised that Newman would even want her working there, considering what she did.
Yeah, well, that was Victoria trusting Nate.
And Oh,
I
that's
trust your
right.
decisions. If you said that she deserves to have an opportunity, then it's okay with me. Girl, please. That
Right.
was your you know what talking.
Yep.
Sure was. Sure was. Oh wow. So
Mm-hmm.
so so Audra's really hanging on by a thread. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because if just say everything go bad with Nate, right? And Victoria just throw him out on his butt. Guess who's next?
Yep. And she's so arrogant and so full of herself in this new position, talking about how she's got full autonomy, and which is another thing that confuses me because as far as Victoria is concerned, Nick is just on a break. So for
Mm-hmm.
them to be giving Audra, and I don't know if this is Audra assuming she has it or if they actually said this to her, giving her total autonomy of running Newman Media, to me that doesn't make any sense because you're temporary. So you're not going to make any hires without running it through Nate or me. You're not going to make any big decisions without talking to us first because this isn't your permanent job right now. You're just filling in. And
Yeah.
she's talking about her because that job, like that job is hers permanently.
Yeah. They're gonna come falling down, all three of them. I would assume. That's not a spoiler. That's just me having a speculation moment. I mean, it can't sustain itself because somebody is going to break this whole thing apart. I don't know if it's Victoria, Nate do something stupid, or if it's Audra. But I can't see, or Victor just throw them all out. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, did we cover everything?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know where we headed. You know where we headed, but before we get there, I see it was about 80 of you guys in the chat. Please make sure that you hit that like button and to let YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. Also, if you haven't subscribed, we do early spoilers, regular spoilers, recaps, updates, cast updates, whatever. And we also do lives over here. So if you want to receive a notification of every time there's a post on this channel, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Also, we're on IG, we are on TikTok, and now we also have a blog. So if you probably seen the story on Instagram or you seen the YouTube short, you saw that there's a new blog as well. And sometimes those spoilers will come out before I actually do a spoiler video because it's just easy to put them up there quickly. So you can also subscribe over there. And then too, there's a link in the description if you want merch. There's mugs and tops and General City and bold and beautiful stuff. So whatever. Alright, enough of that housekeeping. Oh Lord, let's get into bold. Okay, let me do the summary and then we will hold on. Okay. Alright. Is this my recaps for bold? Hold on. Do. Okay. Alright, so for the week of June.
Can I
Yo,
say while you in that?
go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, what'd you
I was
say?
gonna say the beautiful
Keisha, you breaking up. We couldn't hear what you were
on
saying.
time.
Hello?
Like I could not wait until the episode loaded.
Can you hear me? Keisha.
I can hear
Can you
it.
guys not hear me?
No, you're breaking up. We missed a lot of what you said.
I
Can you
can
hear
hear you.
us? Keisha.
Can you hear me?
I don't know how to. I don't know how to fix that. I'm moving around. I'm sitting still, and I'm not.
Okay, say what you said again.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't. I could always hear you.
Okay, say what you said again because it was breaking up on our end.
Oh, I was just saying that first time in a long time, probably since the whole incident with Finn coming back.
Oh, yeah, this whole week has been like each episode has just been giving me a little bit of like leaving me like looking forward to the next episode, which I
Oh,
haven't felt that way in a storyline for a minute.
Yep.
okay. Well, let me do the summary and we're going
Yeah.
to talk about it. All right. So, Steffi blasts Liam for kissing her. Thomas can't forget kissing Hope. Brooke blames Thomas for Hope kissing him. And then we had a preemption on Tuesday. Heartbroken Hope begs skeptical Liam to forgive her as Steffi tells Thomas she knows about the Coliseum kiss. Liam tells Hope he can't forgive her and wants a divorce, and she accuses him of wanting Steffi again and then runs into Thomas's arms. And then as Liam tells Wyatt he can't forgive his wife, Hope tells Thomas she wants him and they kiss, and Steffi is worried about that kiss that she had with Liam.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get Brooke out the way.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm so sick of people just quickly just blaming Thomas for everything, as if Hope does not have the capabilities as a normal human being that she has thoughts and fantasies of another man. I that face that screenshot you did with that last video you did where Thomas and Hope make love, that update video you did,
Mm-hmm.
that screenshot where Brooke's face looked like she fell apart. I could watch that for a whole week, just that whole face crack, as Hope like details what she and Thomas did, just to see that face. But I will give her props for at least going to Rich and was like, hey, this is my daughter, your son didn't do this. But she knows that her daughter is starting to fall into her footsteps. Not all the way, because Steffi has been reading Brooke's playbook for years, so not completely on Brooke's level just yet, but Hope is kind of dipping her toe into
You know what?
her mother's world.
To me, Brooke is being disingenuous. That girl had already told her mama that she'd been feeling some kind of way about Thomas. And now you want to act like, oh, it's him, and I don't understand why this is happening. You know why this is happening, because your daughter has the hots, and she want to get smashed by Thomas. Real bad. And she told you that before you went to Rome. So I don't know why you acting like you brand new with this, with this situation, Brooke. Cut it out. But yeah, I knew she was gonna do that whole thing about blaming on Thomas. But then she was like, well, she told Ridge, because Ridge was like, I thought he had changed and all of this, and Brooke was like, well, Hope kissed him this time, and Ridge looked like a deer in headlights.
Like every time.
Oh man, they blame that boy for everything. I mean, has he done a lot of horrible things? Especially when it comes to his son.
Yeah.
But there's some. What I don't understand is why the writers never bring up, and that's why I did a separate Instagram reel and TikTok on that whole thing with Liam complaining about how horrible Thomas was, and then I brought in from June of 2021 when Thomas did all he could, even got his head bashed in by Justin, locked up and everything, trying to get the truth out so that man can get his butt out of jail. Plus, also remembering the fact that Liam asked him for a favor to watch over Hope and Beth. They never bring that up. They always have Liam always talk about how horrible he is. Dude, you would still be in jail right now.
Exactly.
And he
could have done it too.
Yeah. He could have been crazy Thomas in that moment and said, shoot, this is my opportunity. You in jail? Oh, okay.
Right.
and went on about your business with his wife. But no, he figured it out to put Hope back with her husband. But we know what happened after 2021 last year. So anyway, that whole CPS mess.
Yeah, I was so mad when they went back down that road.
I know. Oh my God, I was so mad at that whole thing. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just glad that whole situation, they kind of put it out there like, nope, it wasn't Thomas this time. It was me. And she took a lot of accountability. I gotta say, as much as it was hard for her to admit to Liam what she did, when she finally was like, yeah, I kissed Thomas, she was like, yeah, I did it. I mean, she told her mama she did it. Anybody that could listen, it was my fault.
I mean, she didn't really have a choice, honestly. Right. Because Liam witnessed it, so she couldn't, even if she wanted to try to lie and say it was Thomas, she couldn't. But I wouldn't have. Hope doesn't strike me as the kind that would have tried to do that anyway. I think even if, I don't know, I don't think that she would have tried to put it on Thomas knowing it was her. Yeah. I think she would have fessed up to it. Eventually.
I don't think so, because she was trying to keep it a secret on the plane. I think if anything, she would have kept that all the way to the grave if she could.
Ooh, I think it would have eaten away at her. And I think she would have broke eventually.
I mean,
I don't think so.
You don't think so? My thing is, it would have. That girl got a lot of lust for this man. That wasn't going to be easy. As much as she think what happened in Rome should have stayed in Rome, and if nobody saw her and Liam stayed home, I don't think that girl could have withheld that. She got to work with this man. Mm-hmm. She got to be around him and Douglas. And it was going to come out sooner or later.
Yeah, I think she definitely would have broke.
Yes.
She would have felt guilty at some point. Mm-hmm. As far as the kiss is concerned, and I don't think that would have ended up being the last time her and Thomas kissed. I think she would have went for it again.
I would say that if that was the old Hope, being that this is kind of like the new Hope, like, it's clear her personality has like changed and switched, and I love the fact that the writers are really humanizing her. That makes sense, and just giving her even more layers. So I feel like Hope in the past would have felt guilty, but I think this Hope would have kept that secret. I think she would have had the affair. I think she would kind of lived in the footsteps of her mother, and watching that for years, where her mom was keeping secrets and having, this passionate, thing with these men. She's always known her mom as being a passionate person. So now maybe she wants to tap into that. And, I think she would have kept it a secret, especially since she knows her husband hates Thomas. I think she would have kind of fed into those fantasies, but still try to keep her husband at home.
It would have probably been more fun to see them maybe have an affair. I know that sounds horrible. Me too. But I think it would have been more fun if it would have started out as an affair behind Liam's back for, a month or whatever, a month or two. And then they get caught instead of it being this way.
I know. And I hated that. A kiss? I'm like, Liam, you've done far worser things. Wasn't it just like almost, 2 years ago? You could have almost had a whole baby with Steffy, and your wife stayed with you. You can't forgive a kiss?
Don't even get me started on him with that.
I honestly think that the writers really wanted to destroy these two. I mean, because it just doesn't make sense that he having a falling out over a kiss. Now, they're saying, well, it's because he keeps saying it could have been any other man. Maybe I could have got past it, but because it was Thomas, I can't. That's what he kept saying. Because he said that yesterday. He said if it was any other man, maybe. But because it's Thomas, he can't get over it.
Yeah.
So maybe he would have, if this was just, some guy at the office at Forrester that she had an affair with, he probably been like, well, I can't be hypocritical. I don't know how many times I did what I did. He hates Thomas that much.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because you've known Thomas as much, because Liam has known Thomas just as long as he's known Steffi. So he was okay being your brother-in-law for years. And Thomas and Liam actually used to be good friends, close friends, if I can remember that.
Really?
I don't think they were ever close friends.
Yes, they were.
This isn't the first time that Thomas has gone after Hope.
Oh no, Thomas has always left Hope for years, and that's also another thing too. Like Thomas and Hope have dated, they've kissed, so it's not like it's new territory for them. I mean, I think at one point, she had used Thomas to make Liam jealous, so she's always known Thomas's attraction for her, and she's always used it. And with Liam, he throughout the years with the different actors he's played Thomas, he's had a friendship and a close relationship with Thomas. I can remember when Steffi was married to Wyatt and Thomas was being there for Liam as a friend, and they were close friends. I do remember that.
I don't. Do you remember that?
Honestly, I don't.
I don't.
They were close for I would say for like half of the year they were close. Let me say that. But they've always had a friendship on and off. I don't know. I just remember those episodes. But it's not like that now, though.
So, one thing I will say about the LOPE fans, they are, I guess, and no offense to any of them, because of course they like Liam and Hope together, Just like you got some Bridge fans who want to keep Brooke and Bridge together. There are some of them saying that Thomas has been drugging her.
Oh no.
That Thomas hasn't changed because when Hope tried to kiss him, he should have pushed her away if he was actually legit.
No.
Oh, come on.
That doesn't mean anything. I mean, we could say the same thing about Liam when it came to Steffi. Years before, when Steffi was going after him, when him and Hope were together, or when, in those situations, he didn't push Steffi off of him.
No, and as a matter of fact, Steffi, he's the one who kissed Steffi. So did Steffi drug Liam to make these decisions? That I don't like that. I mean, because the character is specifically taking accountability. She's saying that she wants this other character. She wants out of her marriage, and apparently Liam does too, with the quickness.
Okay, so before we get to that part toward the end of the week, because that's going to be a lot to talk about, yesterday and today, let's deal with Steffi and this. Okay, something is confusing me. Is she thinking about the kiss with Liam because she liked it, or is she detesting it like she says she is?
I think she's worried because she knows Finn be pissed off if he knew what happened. I don't think it was because she's fantasizing about Liam again. I don't think it's that at all.
I gotta disagree.
I don't know, Keish.
No. I gotta disagree.
I know Steffi is her girl. Steffi is Keisha's girl, so.
No, it's Finn.
Oh, it's Finn. But I know you want to.
Steffi is my girl too, but they are not going to break up Finn. This is not going to happen.
I'm sorry, Keish. You know exactly what's about to happen. I was laughing at this early episode this week. Steffi and her fake standards. All of a sudden now you have standards, supposedly. Where were you putting down your standards when the last time you slept with Liam, or the last time he's always kissed you, or the last time you chose to give in to this man?
Ben changed her. That's in the past now.
You hope.
It didn't change. It didn't change much because she put her own man in a paternity situation. So not that much.
Well,
They weren't together that long when that happened.
Okay, so can I look? I'm raising my hand over here. Can I say something? According to Friday, July 14th, spoilers, there's something that says history repeats itself.
Oh, boom, boom. Told you.
And I'll go into depth over the weekend with that one. But
I can't wait for that.
We already know it ain't Brook and Ridge because that ship has sailed 2 weeks ago. The new couple, the spoiler, one couple ends as a new one began. We know that's Hope. Mm-hmm. So there's this other storyline out here because the only other thing that's separate from those two storylines is the Sheila Carter trial beginning, and that ain't it. So history repeating itself. The only person the only history repeating itself that I can think of. Ooh, I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong.
It could be as simple as Liam deciding that he wants to try to break up Steffy and Finn.
Well, I mean, that's possible, but the question is, what's Steph gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Steffy isn't going to go for it, but Liam is going to try his damnedest to break them up.
The other thing is Steffy's conscience is bothering her because when Finn was saying, I don't have to worry about that with you. I love coming home to you. You're not like whatever he was saying today. And she was looking, she had to swallow and like, oh.
Yep. And I absolutely hate that now that Liam and Hope are having their issues, that they put Steffy in the middle of that by having them kiss. And it's like, come
on. Keisha, Ron Julian says that you're in denial. Everyone can see where this is going. He said everyone can see where this is going.
And history repeats itself. And the thing is, here's my thing. You love your husband, you're down for your husband, you're happy in your marriage. Why is it taking you days before you can tell your husband the truth? If it didn't mean nothing, you should tell your husband, right? Keep an open door policy, be honest, especially since the last time he lied to him, his baby wouldn't have been his. But you have this opportunity to open that door with your husband that you say you love so much, and a family you feel happy and secure about. But you want to keep this intimacy, this secret between Liam, and this is all you can think about. We already know that picture's going to go right back on the wall. It's only been, 2 years? We know that picture's about to go back on that wall. She has feelings for him. Keisha.
I know, Keisha. Man, I know. Me and you a few years ago, we was like, yay, somebody for Steffy, not Liam. He's out of the picture. Oh, I don't know about this one, girl. She thinking about this way too much.
A lot.
That's because she feels guilty because she didn't tell him about it. It ain't because she want Liam.
Now, wait a minute now, because Steffy has slept with his own father and wasn't thinking about it like that. But anytime there's intimacy with Liam, it's always a constant running thought in her head at work, when she's eating. We always saw like her looking off thinking of this man. She's not going to turn Liam down. She hasn't thus far. She was okay with the kisses because she could have slapped him. She could have pushed him off of her. But no.
And that's what Finn said. Did you see Finn said that about, did he say that about Thomas? Yeah, he did. Yep. He said, well, man, he could have, if you don't want nobody to kiss you, he could have pushed Hope away. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, your wife could have did the same thing.
Exactly.
I think she needed to tell this man. She should have told him as soon as she got back from Rome. Then we could have had a storyline where Finn go over there and beat the crap out of Liam like Ridge did with Deacon Brooks standing over there in the corner like, stop, stop.
Yeah, I wish she would have just told him what happened too. Uh,
but
Listen,
yeah,
oh, let me put this disclaimer. We're not promoting violence over here. This is just soap opera talk, okay? Before anybody say anything, it's 92 of you in here, so I just want to put it out there. Go ahead, you guys.
I this is where I feel Steffi and Brooke are very similar because whenever there's a man that they're really passionate about or really interested in, they have no problem with keeping secrets. It's like their form of intimacy. That's why with Brooke, how she kept that kiss that she had over Christmas with Ridge, the little blue nightie, she had no problem keeping that secret with the man that she wanted to be with.
Yeah,
Steffi
they
is no
definitely.
different.
Yeah, Steffi is definitely a lot like Brooke. She basically mirrors her.
Well, I wouldn't say that. She's got some years because Brooke has put in at least 30 years with her work. Steffi's at least looking at the
Oh
playbook.
my God, you're so funny.
Steffi has looked at the playbook for at least 10 years, but she's got about 20 more years to catch up. And
Well,
hope.
yeah, she's younger, but as far as her track record, I mean, she's got she's been married to both brothers. She's slept with their father. So uh, Brooke has done. She's done the same thing. So her and Brooke are more alike than she is like her mom, or that Hope is like Brooke.
I agree. And that's why it doesn't surprise me that Steffi and Liam would be together because Liam mirrors Ridge to a T in a lot of
Oh my
ways, and it's
gosh.
unfortunate.
Waffle Boy number 1 and 2. I mean,
This,
Ridge is number 1 and Liam is 2.0. I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They
it's like you got the CEO and the president of the Waffle House, and you can throw Kyle in, and he can be vice president.
Oh my gosh. I just don't want Steffi to go down this pathway. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. And I think when that spoiler last week came out that said Hope confided in somebody that she shouldn't have, which was today, she told Thomas that Liam wants Steffi and that he went to see her. That could be just a little lighter to the fuse. You know what I'm
Wait, say
saying?
it again.
So there
One
was
more
a
time.
spoiler that came out for July 7th that Hope confided in someone that she shouldn't have. And not necessarily meaning the whole thing about her running to Thomas because her marriage is over, but the fact that she leaked it to Thomas about the fact that Liam has seen her, Liam wants her back. Just with that statement, even if Steffi don't say anything about the kiss, if that statement gets out to Finn that Liam wants Steffi back, which is what Hope told Thomas, that's a problem. Even without the kiss
Yeah,
being out there.
yeah, for sure.
So it's the cracks are already forming. I would hope Thomas go over there and tell Steph like, look, yeah, I was hanging out with Hope, but she told me that Liam told her that he wants you back.
How hurtful was Liam being when him and Hope were having that
Okay, so
argument?
yeah, let's go ahead and dive into yesterday. Go ahead, Keish.
Yeah, when they were having that discussion
Mm-hmm.
when he came back to the house, and she was like, Hope realized that he had gone to see Steffi, and she's like, she's basically like, yeah, this is your pattern, this is what you do. And he's like, I wasn't thinking about her until now.
Ooh,
And it's like,
Wait, but look,
no.
but she guessed it. He didn't say it. She was like, because she realized that he was all the way out the door, and she was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's you too. Have you talked to Steffi? He didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that he said that to her, like I haven't thought about Steffi in that way in all these years until now. And it's like that was, that had to crush her, and he knows that did.
Yeah, he lobbed a grenade in it.
Yeah,
He knew
that
that.
was an ugly one.
Yep.
And the nerve of this man after years of cheating on this girl. Years. But at the same time, that's Hope's fault.
Yep. Because you
And
accept, you
Hope's
taking him back.
Yeah, she accepted it all these years. So that's part of the. So I've maybe 0.5% feel bad for Hope, because of this whole situation. But the reason that I don't really feel bad for her is because this man's pattern, and you've put up with his pattern for 10 years.
Both of them, Steffi too.
Yeah. So, I mean, why are you shocked that he did that?
Mm-hmm.
And that he's a hypocrite.
Yep. I mean,
he's the worst. He's got to be one of the worst hypocrites on this show.
And he doesn't really realize that. It's like, and he's so assured of himself that that he's doing the right thing each and every time. So sleeping with Steffi, that was the right thing for you to do. Okay. You kissing this other woman, that's the right thing for you to do. I don't understand why these women were fighting over this man for years. I don't get it.
Me either. But he was the new Ridge, just like Taylor and Brooke were fighting over Ridge for the most of the 1990s and early 2000s. And up to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
After that whole 7-month hiatus of We Choose Ourselves. But you know what? Ridge did the same thing. When he found out Brooke had kissed Bill or Deacon or somebody else, he'd go running off and run away with Shauna. They'd make it just like what Kyle did. Oh, you found out that she did something wrong? Okay, let me just go on over here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I honestly believe that's why Liam kissed Steffi twice, is because he figured that there's some part of her that still got affection for him. And if
I would be insulted by that if I were
Steph.
Like you automatically thought because your marriage was over that you was just gonna come right back on over here.
Well,
I was cracking up though when she said to him, when she was like, "If you think you have a chance to get me back, you're wrong."
But this is the same reason why I don't feel sorry for Hope. Both of them allowed this man to ping pong, winning back-to-back tag team championships between both.
You said tag team championships.
This man he's made his choices, and whenever he wants to be with one, the other one wants to give a little pushback. He's made his choices between these women, and they loved it. They were open arms for it. Mm-hmm. That's why I said Steffi has this fake standards. I'm like, you got to be well in your 30s now. You got your standards. When was this? 2 years ago.
Girl, you so funny. But yeah, going to that whole thing with the shots fired yesterday, when he said, I'm thinking about Steffi, and then he said something must be broken inside of you, and she was like, well, maybe it is. I'm like, you know what, y'all just go ahead, blow this whole thing up and go on about your separate ways. We here for Thope. It is what it is. Bye bye, Liam. Go over there and cry with Wyatt.
I had a thought about Liam and Wyatt because, especially because I don't think Liam told Wyatt that he wants to go after Steffi.
No, he didn't.
Remember when Liam went after Steffi when she was married to Wyatt, and he had no qualms, no nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Steffi turned him down. Excuse me.
Listen, you can wait a minute. You can
him down. At first, and then Quinn got in the middle of that and broke. Steffi got tired of Quinn, and that's why that marriage didn't last. But Steffi did turn Liam down. She told him that she was gonna make her marriage work with Wyatt, and that it was too late for them.
She barely tried to make that work, because the thing is, Quinn was already married to Eric at that time, and Quinn was already well embedded into that family even after she divorced Wyatt. So that was that. Like, she wanted to be back with Liam. She always wants this man. There's just no stopping. And I'm sorry, I know you love Finn, but Finn is no match for that hold that Liam has over Steffi.
Yeah. I got a question for you guys. Do you think Hope was gaslighting Liam like he said? So, one of the things he said, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday's episode, where he said, all these times when you were telling me nothing's going on and, making me feel like I'm crazy when I knew something was happening and you had feelings for this man, but you were telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, or that's actually a definition of gaslighting. So, do you think, in your opinion, she had gaslit him for those weeks? Outside of his past, outside of all that, just what her behavior with denying feelings when she knew she had feelings and he knew she had feelings, but she made it look like to him that he didn't know what he was thinking and know what he was talking about.
I don't know if I would call that gaslighting.
Neither.
Because she was in denial and she wasn't being honest about her feelings. I feel like it would have been gaslighting if she was acting on those feelings. Her and Thomas were actually having an affair, and she was trying to make him feel like he was, I don't know, nuts for thinking that there was something going on. But not because she just wasn't being honest with herself about how she felt about somebody, and she wasn't acting on those feelings.
Go ahead.
I agree with that 100%. I feel when someone's gaslighting, there's like some little form of narcissism, or there's like some form of control. Hope was in no control of her feelings. It was like she was falling apart almost every other day, crying in the office and trying to make sure Liam's feelings is okay, make sure Thomas' feelings is okay. And I just don't think I think she was just trying to keep peace the best way that she could. I wouldn't call that gaslighting, because from her optics, she was like, you know what, I'm in control of my feelings. I love my family. There's no doubt about that. I think she was really reassured by that. When I think of gaslighting, I'm thinking about like years back with like Stephanie. She was gaslighting. Audra, she was gaslighting Elena for the longest. That's what when I think of people who do that, people who love that control, but love to control the narrative, just to make themselves happy. I think Hope was just in a tough spot, and she was trying to figure out her feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple people in the chat that is saying because she was having, and this is TA J Money, and I thought I saw a couple other people saying this too. She was having an emotional affair with this man. And the thing is, all the fantasy she was having over the past 2-3 weeks. And then, she definitely gaslit her mom. And Steffi too, because Steffi saw exactly what was going on. And basically you're telling her, don't believe your eyes.
Okay, now she gaslit Steffi. I don't think she gaslit Liam, if that makes sense. Because she was just trying to get Steffi up off of her. But with Liam, I think she was just trying to keep the peace in her household as best way she could. I know she loved him, but she didn't know what type of feeling she really had for Thomas, and didn't know if that was okay to really tap into that until now, until this week.
Yeah.
What is it, Aditha Lee talking about? Shaming the person after you lock them in a room for days with romantic stuff, and shaming.
Aditha is saying that this is all Steffi's fault because. Hold on, I'm trying to find her other comment. Let's see. I guess from the beginning. She said Liam was still young when Bill and Steffy forced that mess on him. It has nothing to do with being a grown person. They were taking advantage of him.
Taking advantage of who? Liam?
Yeah, she feels like Bill and Steffy.
I gotta disagree with that, because like when Liam first got with Hope was fresh out of high school. The girl was 18 years old, and I think they said on the show that Liam was 25 when he met her. So that man was fully grown, doing whatever he did, any and everything he wanted to do. He always had the information, and he still either chose to be with Steffi, or he'll say, "No, I'm sticking with Hope." He's always made his intentions clear. Same way him kissing Steffi in Rome. That was his choice. He could have just went home from that point, but he cried. He was in tears. That had to kiss Steffi to ease his pain. Okay,
this and then drove to her house and cried and did it again.
Exactly. This man did everything he wanted to do, and he never takes accountability, and I guess a lot of people don't want him to take accountability.
Yeah. I don't get I don't understand how it's Bill and Steffi's fault that Liam is a flip-flopper.
Yeah, Liam making choices, right? He did that.
Boyfriend, husband.
Right. I agree with you. Alright, y'all want to break down today?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we already kind of talked about Steffi and feeling guilty or either thinking about the kids, depending on, because I know we had a difference of opinions on that. So we don't have to go back to the Steffi scenes today. Wyatt and Liam, they pretty much, because Wyatt is trying to get him to go back, and he's like, no, she knows she got feelings for Thomas, so I want a divorce. That's pretty much it. I gotta say, when she told, after, because at first she pulled away so far away from him, I'm like, what's happening here? And then he stepped closer, and then she came in a little bit close, and then she goes back and forth. She broke that news about the whole thing with Steph and how Liam wants to be with her, and she's tired of being part of this triangle, and she only wants to be with a man who wants her, and he makes her feel like she's the only woman in the world. What was y'all thoughts when y'all heard that little speech? And she wants him.
So I just want to say, the moment she said Liam wants Steffi and I want a man who only wants me, or whatever it was that she said, the fact that she said Liam wants Steffi to Thomas, if I was Thomas, that would have made me back off of her, because I would have felt like you're only here because your husband doesn't want to work it out with you, and you think that he wants to be with Steffi now. Like, that would have, even if that was how she felt, don't say that. Don't say that to the man that you're about to tell that you want to be with him, because you're basically saying, you're my second option. I don't have my husband anymore, so I'm gonna come on over here to you because your brother wants to be, or because Liam wants to be with your sister. Like, I didn't like that. Like, just say I want to be with you. You don't need to tell me because my husband wants to be with somebody else, I want to be with you.
You know the reason why she was comfortable saying that? Because Thomas been saying the exact same thing about Liam for the longest. He never put you first.
I just didn't like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. He probably should have been like, nah, I don't want to be your rebound. But the reason that I think she feels comfortable saying that is because of the fact that Thomas says the exact same thing about Liam. He never put you first. You always gotta wonder if you're going to always have to come up second fiddle. I'll always be loyal to you. And so for her saying that, it's almost like validating everything he's been saying over the past several years to her. So he was okay with that. Which, in your case, Keisha, like you said, he should have looked at it like, hold on, I need you to be clear about your feelings. Don't come over here just because you want to make me the rebound guy.
Exactly.
I get what you're
I,
saying.
yeah, I would be uncomfortable with that if I was Thomas. Like you need to take a break. I get that this just happened, but you're not gonna jump straight over to me when you guys haven't even filed for divorce yet. And because I feel like what's gonna end up happening is in a couple of months when Steffi still rejects Liam, because I feel like that's still gonna happen. Liam is going to change his mind and he's going to want Hope back, and Hope will drop Thomas like a bad habit and run back to Liam.
I hope not. Oh my gosh.
I don't think that's going to happen, because it's to the point now. We've seen Liam has made it clear that he wants a divorce. So I think they're really going to go through it with that. I agree with you. I did not like the fact that she said, well, he wants to be with Steffi, and I just want to be with the guy who just wants to be with me. That's kind of how I took it. And the thing is, Thomas is really going to take what he can get. He got the girl of his dreams, the one he's wanted, coming to him, and he's not going to say no to that girl. I don't think she's gonna go back to Liam for a while, especially after you tell your wife that the woman that you keep cheating on her back and forth is who you want to be with. Bye. Especially after all I did was kiss, but you were sleeping with this woman, and it was always a misunderstanding every time it's with you and whenever you cheat. But you can't accept this kiss. Be gone. And I'm hoping that they split up for a long while, to be honest with you.
Keisha, by the way, J Money, did you see the message he sent you?
Yeah.
You saw it.
And I didn't take that way. She was telling him he always. Yeah, I get that part of it. I just didn't like that she said it to him. But I don't know, because it just sounds like you're my second choice.
Yeah, that's like, what Katana. Yeah, that's what Katana Caramel said. That Thomas is second choice. Thomas is the consolation prize. Hope made it sound like if she was down. Dang, the screen moved. Okay, that she was down to be with Thomas because Liam wants Steffy and made Hope look spiteful.
Right. That's how it felt. It was like now she's going to be with Thomas out of spite.
No, because she's the one who cheated. That she's the one who initiated the end of her marriage. Essentially, this is the man that she was fantasizing about. We saw the wind machine, the skin was glistening. We got the whole music video. This is the man that she wanted. So I don't think that he was a consolation prize. Like, when I think of consolation prize, I think of Steffi's marriage to Wyatt.
Ooh.
Where she was just there, just trying to make things work. That's a consolation prize. Whereas you get passion between Hope and Thomas. She wanted that man.
Right quick, Aditha Lee, you said Thomas sung a song about always being a one-woman man. Do you remember when that happened? I would like to see that, because I'm always coming up with content and compilations of stuff. Let me know when that came out. Was it years ago with a different Thomas, or was it with this
Matt? I have to say which Thomas.
Which Thomas? Because I don't remember that. A song he sang.
An actual song?
Yeah, she said Thomas sung a song about always being a one-woman man. I mean, a one-man woman.
Or maybe it was meant as like a figure of speech. Sung a song.
Was it like a parody song?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait for her.
No, like, you know how people say, I don't know how to explain it. Like, people say you sang that song of such and such, like something that they were preaching about. Not necessarily, not like an actual. I don't know if that's how she meant it or not.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's how I took that.
Oh.
I could be wrong though.
Okay. J Money says Hope had been fantasizing about Thomas when she had Liam. That's the difference. She wants Thomas, and now she finally sees that she can be him. because of be with him because of Liam's behavior. It's not a second prize. What do you think about that? Because she had already been thinking about him, it wasn't him being second choice. I don't know. Well,
She,
I don't know. That's up in the air because when it all came out, she still wanted to stay with Liam.
I
Remember?
think she wanted to
Yeah.
save her marriage and her image
Her image. That's true.
because I remember in an episode, I think it was last week, where she admitted, like, hey, I don't know myself. She's been, and they keep talking about like being in the shadows of her mother's image, and she's fought so long for years to not be that. And I think Liam was the good on paper
Mhm.
guy to look good and not seem like her mom, whereas Thomas gives her that
Mhm.
passion, that excitement that she didn't know that she had. But you know, now that she's hungry for it, here's a man who can feed it to her. Unfortunately, it's not her husband. She knows she has kids and she's built a life and she's fought for him for years, so she's going
Yeah.
to give it a try. But she's already kind of tipped her toe outside of that marriage, just thinking about this man and the fantasies and the touching and the heartbeat, the pulsations that we kept hearing for weeks. She wanted Thomas. I think she was just checked out of her marriage with Liam at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta send a shout out to somebody in the comment section. I've seen some of her content and she makes some absolutely gorgeous compilations of Hope and Thomas on her channel. Lily E is in the comment section. I actually shared some of her content on my TikTok. So I want to send you a shout out, girl. You are killing it with some of those compilations and music videos on your channel. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm gonna put that out there, and if you want to check her out, I actually got your videos from a girl who shared your stuff, and I think her platform was called Dope Fans or something like that. So keep doing
I need
what
to
you
check
do.
that out.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing over there, Lily E. Okay. So now it looked like the girl that made her choice. That particular scene where she kissed him, that girl kept looking at his lips. She kept looking at his chest. Because if you notice, his zipper was a little bit down his chest. You can see kind of the little hairs on his chest and whatnot. And I'm
Yep.
like, I know what y'all doing, writers, because I mean, yeah, I don't know if he just came from the gym or whatever, but his zipper was way down there. Did you guys catch mid kiss? And Jay Money and I caught this, where that kiss was so intense and so passionate with Hope that he bit her lip 3 times.
Yes.
Yes,
I saw
yes.
that. I saw that.
I was
I
like,
had to rewind it, as a matter of fact. Like, did I see what I just think I saw?
I was through. I was through. I even when I did my content on, I slowed it down because I put it. I can put it in edit it to be in a slow motion just to make sure it's seen. And I even zoomed in on them a little bit so everybody could really see it. That man is ready to tear her apart.
Yes. If they weren't in relationships out, in real life,
Mm-hmm.
you would think that they were a real couple.
I
Yeah.
know. And I was sitting up there because I follow his fiance Brittany, and I was like, I know Brittany ain't watching this episode.
There's no way.
There's no
I've been
way.
able to watch that.
No way. If I was Brittany, I'd be like, nope, I am not watching July 7th or July 10th episode.
I know
Nope.
one thing. He better be kissing Brittany like that at home.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, girl, I'm like, Brittany, girl, that's what you be getting?
I mean, I trade places. It looked good. Did you see the way Hope had like dipped her back into the kiss, and it was just a lot of neck and a lot of just the touch. It was hot.
Girl.
That scene, that love making scene, better be the top charts. It better set records. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, it better.
Listen, it better blow up the internet on Monday.
I'm gonna be mad if we get to the episode on Monday and it's just after everything is happening, they're sitting in bed. I'm gonna be mad if they don't give us something like they gave us with Devon and Abby.
So, from what I hear, and don't quote me on this, but I got this from another content creator, that whole sex session is supposed to last through Wednesday.
Wow. You know the Lope fans are gonna be pissed off about that.
Yeah, I have zero issue with that. I could use listen, if they gonna build us up for the last almost 2 months, you better give us 3 days of love making.
Yeah, you're right.
Between these two.
They could have had that. They could have filmed those scenes in Rome.
Why not?
I know.
Didn't it feel like we missed an episode? Because it's like they went from kissing and like walking in the city, and then all of a sudden they're on the plane. It's like we missed an episode.
Yeah, they gave us no conclusion to their day. It was like the last time we saw them was when they were in that restaurant, and Hope took a picture with old girl, and then that was it. And then they were on the plane.
Exactly. I'm like, that's it. They could have did that in Rome, girl. That would have been fire.
But it's okay. Thomas has a brand new house. When did he get Katie's house?
Girl, but you know who house that is, right?
That's Katie's house.
Yep.
I was so happy to see that.
House?
Girl, I don't care. The man got money. He's a lead designer. He better go buy him a house. Don't be like Audra. Or who else?
Or in
Summer.
that dingy apartment they used to have him in.
Right.
So here's my question.
Yes.
Since they got this house now, do you think that Hope and Douglas and Beth are gonna move in with him and get Hope out of that tiny cabin off of her mama's property?
Oh.
I think what's gonna happen is Hope is probably gonna move in with Brooke.
Oh no, that's gonna be a problem. Brooke gonna try to stop Thomas from coming over there.
Exactly. So Hope's gotta go.
I don't think she's gonna immediately move in with Thomas.
I think she's gonna get off of her mom's property, because if she decides to move forward with Thomas, Brooke is going to try to stop that any way she can. And if Hope wants to stand on her own 2 feet, it's about time for her to move out of her mama's house. It's about time.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
And the kids at camp too? You ain't got no baby kids interruptions? Listen.
Nope.
Liam, though, on the other hand, would flip, because that also means Beth is going to be there with Thomas.
Ooh. Well, school don't start back until September, or August, so maybe they'll give us a break for a month.
And plus her daddy's not even focused on them. He's focused on Steffy.
Man.
He didn't think about those kids either.
But you know what? I think it would be better for Hope to be at Thomas's house, because Liam can't just pop up. If she stay up in that cabin and Thomas is coming in and out, Brooke is going to have a problem with that. That's on her property.
Yep.
She need to be over there with him. If they're going, and from what I understand, look like there's going to be some big moves with these two. So more than likely, my thing is, I want a throat baby.
Really? I think that's eventually going to happen.
I think so too.
They've been playing around with that for a minute, and this whole those last 2 episodes just made me question a lot, especially since Thomas has his new house. So what does that mean would this be the nail in the coffin for Brooke and Ridge too? Would this mean that he goes?
Oh yeah, because there's got to be some ripple effects from this.
You don't think Brooke will just finally accept that Hope wants to be with Thomas?
No, because she's going to find out either next Thursday or next Friday that they've been sleeping together this week. And she is not going to be a happy camper about that.
And Ridge is not going to allow someone to keep talking about his kids like that, especially if they didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So he's going to make his way back to Taylor. I guarantee you Ridge is going to find his way back to Taylor's beach house somewhere.
And I hope Taylor turns him down cold.
Me too. With a quickness.
Do you think Taylor is going to be pissed off about this?
About Thomas and Hope?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think she's going to be mad at Hope though, because she's definitely going to say that you're just like your mama. Like, I knew it. This is exactly what you Logans do, because they kept throwing that around for a couple of weeks. Like, this is a Logan thing to do. So I think she's going to be more receptive to it than Brooke would be, without question. But I think she's going to put the blame on Hope, like setting her son back.
Yeah, I think initially, her and Steffy and possibly Ridge, I think all of them may be worried in the beginning because they don't, like Bree said, they don't want Thomas to be set back if she decides that she wants to fight for Liam in another month. So I think initially they're going to be worried about that, but I think eventually they'll come around to it and be receptive to it, be way more receptive than Brooke would. I know that would be my concern if I were them. Like, are you just using my son or my brother right now to get over Liam, or are you truly serious about wanting to be with him?
And this also breaks up the relationship between Hope and Brooke, because we've always seen them like close to the hip, and like this kind of like gets Hope to think for herself without having her mom in her ear all the time when it came to her decisions. Because whenever Liam had cheated on Hope always wanted to leave. It was always her mom who was always telling her, stick with it, stay with him, be with him. Brooke was fighting more for Hope and Liam than Hope was for Hope and Liam.
Toxic mama.
Yeah, I mean, Brooke is definitely Team Liam.
Yeah, toxic.
What you say, toxic?
Toxic, yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing is
kind of around in her old toxic relationship with Ridge, and she wants Hope to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes it funny. Like, this makes me wonder if Brooke has ever wanted a piece of Liam. Just the fact only because it's a man she hasn't had, and she's been with most of the men anyway, and she was like, I haven't had this Spencer yet, and plus she's been going hard for Liam more than any other character on that show, Hope included. So this makes it hard for me to believe that she didn't ever think about this man or ever wanted to date or hook up with Liam. I don't know, but that's a whole other tangent.
that would be interesting route to go though, when you think about it. Because was it like a couple of years ago where it seemed like Liam and Brooke were always
getting close
together, venting about Thomas.
Venting about Thomas, keeping those secrets, that intimacy. Brooke loves to keep a secret now.
Yeah. So I wonder if after this whole thing blows up, if Brooke, and Hope's relationship does get fractured because of her relationship with Thomas, and Brooke and Liam pretty much have the same level of hate for Thomas. That could be another storyline, them two bonding over that, and oops.
Ooh, what's that? Oops.
It was a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. That's her favorite word.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, so let's dive back. Let's kind of dive back into this whole thing that's happening where we left off of this cliffhanger. I don't want a situation, like you say, they wake up on the couch. I also don't want a situation like they hyped us up for Adam and Sally back in December, and then it turned out that it was like, wah.
Yeah.
Remember that? Everybody was excited about Adam and Sally sleeping together again, and it was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably one of the most awkward, just weird love-making scenes that I've seen in a long time.
Well, I mean, hopefully it's better than Hope's fantasies that we've been seeing. You know.
They better live up to those fantasies. I want the wind machine. I want the oil. I want the hair to be done right. I
Not the
want.
oil.
I want the sound effects. I want like the full like Cinemax editing. Everything.
Oh my God! She said Cinemax. No, you didn't. I'm serious. They better do it upright. You cannot. This is a huge shift in the characters on this show because Thomas has been the most hated to now. A lot of fans are just so excited about this. Now I know a lot of Lope fans aren't. There are some people that's been in the chats that's been not this chat, but like in the comment section saying, "Oh my God, she's crazy for wanting to be with a man who stole her baby," and all this kind of stuff, you know. First of all, that had a lot to do with Felon Flo. She was a major piece in that, and then the other piece was Zoe.
Yeah.
Did Thomas keep the secret? Yeah, he kept the secret, but the biggest parts belong to those two ladies.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, now the CPS call, that was all him. That was all him.
Yeah, but that wasn't any different than any other scheming some of the other characters have done on that show.
Exactly.
So that was all that.
Exactly. So, I did a poll, and I'm gonna do this right quick. Earlier, hold on. Let me see if I can go back into my studio background. I did a poll asking which love song would be the best choice for their scenes. Did you guys see that?
I saw it.
I think I did, yeah.
What do you got in mind?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Keisha, really?
I can't. I'm bad at remembering. Like, I'd have to look through my playlist of different songs. Mm-hmm. But the song that you had with that video, which was Dangerously in Love, like, that's perfect.
Which one? The video I posted yesterday?
I don't know if you posted it yesterday or today, but I saw it today.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you talking about when she was holding them? You talking about when they hugged yesterday, that video? Because the one I did today, that music, a composition is called Forbidden Love.
So it must have been the one you posted yesterday.
So it was one I posted yesterday. Okay, gotcha. Because I know people was like, what the heck was that? What was that song? I ain't never heard that one before. I have a lot of songs. J Money and I, we be sitting on, well, we usually are on Instagram coming up with different music ideas on different some of the videos that I do. Hold on, I'm just trying to find that poll that I did so I can go through some of these songs with you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna read y'all name out. So if you're on the live, you can say hey, whatever. Spencer actually wrote out the songs. The Way You Make Me Feel, You Really Turn Me On, You Knock Me Off My Feet, My Lonely Days Are Gone. I guess that's by MJ, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
SNETH, The Imbecile 8044 says Give Your Heart a Break by Demi Lovato. Anybody know that song?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Okay. Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Okay. Annie. Oh, oh gosh, I don't want to mess up some of these handles. But it starts with Ann and ends with 4457. Carol Mariles 170 says Endless Love. Angelique Dupree says Power of Love by Elvis Presley. I'm trying to remember that one. Spencer 23 also said "Tonight We're Young" by Janelle Monáe. Do anybody y'all know that one?
I know exactly the song that they're talking about.
Okay. Elizabeth Joan 4190 said "Fall for You" by Layla James. I'm gonna have to check that out. "Fall for You." You guys know that one?
No.
Okay. Damn Nerves 24 says "If You're Not the One." Deborah Smith 3320 says "Another One Bites the Dust." I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Red Nax JQ9 says "We Belong Together" by Mariah Carey. Lynette 2733 say "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. Tia San 215 says "Scandalous" by Prince. Casey Simmons "On My Way to You" by Jennifer Lopez. Joanna Angry Savage or Scavage said "I Will Survive." Sea of Green says "Super Freak." The Real J Money says "Say Yes" by Floetry. Now I know that one.
Yeah.
That one is hot. Shakira Pickens says "Silk," "Meeting in My Bedroom" or "Freak Me." Oh, jeez.
These are some slow songs. So are we saying that Thomas is going to just be slow? Or I was thinking like...
What was you thinking?
Like Pony by Genuine. I was thinking...
Did you say Pony by Genuine? No, you didn't.
That was the first song that came to my mind.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I mean, the way that they advertise it, I'm thinking of like anything hot and like definitely not. I wouldn't think of anything slow. I would think of something that's up tempo and shows that Thomas has some rhythm. And he's gonna live up to that expectation for Hope.
There's this when I went to the concert last week, Mos Def was there. And there's a song that he has called "The Panties." Have you ever heard of that one?
No.
Oh, well, you gotta check it out.
And that would...
That
There's
one,
so many songs.
Yeah, because it's like, if you listen to the words to that song, you'll know what I'm talking about. It could, and it's very sensual. I'll say that.
Ooh.
And it would work.
I think Hope would just be happy. Even if no music was playing, I think Hope would just be happy for Thomas just to do everything Liam couldn't do, apparently.
I mean, here's the thing. Liam has to think back to all those last few nights, or those last several nights on the couch over the past couple months when he was talking to Wyatt at the restaurant, and he was like, "Man, my sex life has really improved a lot." And so, I mean, he gotta think back to like, oh, that was because of Thomas. Oh my God, that's gotta be a kick in the gut.
A lot. I think that hit his ego because he's been back and forth between women. He knows women had wanted him, and then the girl who was like dead set and always wanted Liam wants somebody else. I think that kind of crushed his spirit a lot, and I think that's why he wants. I think it's a small part why he wants to go back to Steffy, because I think he's in fear he's losing all of his women. To be honest.
Yeah, there's I did a video day before yesterday, because there are also spoilers out there that he's supposed to turn to alcohol.
That would be a great storyline for Scott Clifton.
I know.
He would play that role without question. I hope that they do that, but that means Steffi would definitely be in his orbit.
Oh, absolutely. That was part of the spoilers, that she understands addiction. which of course will bring them closer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We have to see how this all play out, but yeah, a lot of things are going to change big time. So we have to see. Are y'all done talking about today's episode?
I think I'm
You
good.
good?
There's a lot that happened, but I think we covered it.
Okay. Oh, J Money, you know that song by Most Def? Yes. That is a good one. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, go check that out, Bree, when you get a chance.
I will.
You got anything else, Keisha, before we do the last two segments? Is she still there?
I I don't know. I can't.
I'm
I
back.
can
Sorry.
hear.
Oh,
Oh, there we
okay.
go.
Yeah, you got anything before we hit the last two sessions?
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the flip the script segment. So if there's a particular scene or storyline that you wish you could change, this is where we flip the script. So what y'all got for Young and the Restless?
Go ahead, Bree.
Young and a Restless flip. I was thinking about this week. What if after Kyle speaks with the jeweler accidentally calls Summer and just to confirm that she received the gift, and then I think that's where she would see the earrings or see the gifts that were for Audra, and she'll put two and two together, and basically, I guess, plan to hurt Audra's position in human media when she finds out. I don't know. This is what I was thinking. I was hoping the jeweler would just make it slip and call Summer. To be honest.
Oh my gosh. All right. What you got for the Young and the Restless, Keish?
My flip was Summer either walking in when Kyle and Audra were up in each other's faces, or when Kyle was heading up to Audra's room, Summer like walking out of her room or something and seeing him in the hallway.
Okay.
Basically catching them in the act.
Okay. I think my flip the script would have been we forgot about that. Well, that didn't mean anything. That whole thing with Nick bringing her hot sauce and throwing him out. I guess it was worth mentioning. We laughing about it. I guess my flip would be both Nick and Adam just giving Sally some space. Just back away from her and let her figure herself out. You know, this whole, and I understand she going through some, Adam is going through some, and actually Nick just came out of something. Plus, he don't have a job right now. So, you know, I mean, just they need to back away from her for a minute and be like, you know what, I'm going to let you figure this out for right now. You know, because you throwing me out because I talk about my brother. You know, I mean, that's his brother. Come on, girl. I understand you trying to fight your feelings, because that's another thing that's supposed to be coming up next week, is that she's re-evaluating her feelings for Adam. So I think that's next Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. But yeah, take a step back and let that girl figure out what she wants. Okay, what y'all got for bowl flip? And wait a minute. Yeah, go ahead and do bowl, and then I'll do the comment section flips. Go ahead.
Did you want to go, Keith?
Well, my bold flip is obvious. I wish Steffy would have smacked the crap out of Liam when he kissed her. And after that second time, because she said she told him the first time not to do that again. So the second time should have given her that nudge that she needed to tell Finn what happened. So smack and then telling Finn what happened.
Okay, cool. What you got?
When Hope had told her mom about that kiss with Thomas and that she was having feelings for him, I wanted Brooke to be like, That's my girl. Look at you.
Oh my God.
I wanted her to be like, finally, a child who took after me. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my, you silly. You are silly. All right. My flip would have been, of course, Steffi just telling Finn, get this over with. Just tell him. Just tell that man, look, I thought she was going to today, because she kind of like, well, and then she shifted the whole conversation to Thomas. But she need to go ahead and tell her husband what's up. So that would have been mine. Y'all are dropping these songs. The letter T, Fire We Make by Maxwell and Alicia Keys. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I love that song.
Really? I gotta check that out.
It's a beautiful song.
Is it like slow and?
It's a song. It's like a very sensual, like romantic-y.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! Wait a minute, Bree, you know that one too?
That one I know. It's a sweet. It's very. Well, it's a lot of Alicia Keys music. It's like that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's all this kind of runs the same way. But it's a good song though.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I feel like it's one of her sexier songs, and not just like a very sexy song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one said "The Roof" by Mariah Carey. Slowly by Tank is in here. I'm like, shoot, I gotta add some stuff to my playlist.
I want to add.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
When Hope and Thomas, when Hope and Liam were talking, like the last scene with him talking and him telling her again that he wanted a divorce, and he went and saw Steffy.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked in that moment for Hope to throw a jab back at him and admit to him how she really feels about Thomas.
Oh yeah,
like the look on his face,
girl,
of her telling him he really does have feelings for Thomas, and how she knows with Thomas she doesn't have to worry about him floating back and forth between her and another woman, just like all the stuff that she basically said to Thomas, that she wants a man that only wants to be with her. It would have been nice to see her say that to Liam, just to see the look on his face.
Girl, could you imagine tag teaming on what you just said, that she told him about all her erotic fantasies that she's been having about Thomas? Girl.
Or admitting that when they were having the hot sex that they were having, that she was thinking about Thomas.
Oh, girl, could you imagine? Yeah, remember every time you slept with me on that sofa, I was thinking about Thomas. You better be glad I didn't call his name instead of you.
I would still like to see something like that happen.
Girl, that would be crazy.
Because Liam he has earned all of the smoke from Hope
for years. Almost had a baby on her. And this man has the nerve to say, I want a divorce. I can't handle you kissing another man. That's just too much.
After he kissed Steffi 5 minutes in Rome after he saw what he saw. Really?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, if she had said, I was dreaming about Thomas breaking my back when I was sleeping with you. Listen, I would have had it like some of these other TV shows. She should have called out Thomas' name.
Oh goodness. Same way, I remember Mia called out Arturo's name when she was with Ray on the Young and Restless.
Oh, she sure did. Oh my God.
I remember that. She could have done, Hope could have done something similar to that.
Girl, go ahead.
In one of those scenes. Oh, I was just saying, I thought that eventually that was going to happen scenes, because she was fantasizing about him so much. That would have been an even better way for that to come out.
Could you imagine if Hope come back to work next Thursday and she's walking like she been riding a horse? Her mama and be like, what is wrong with your legs, girl? Nothing.
Now her mama would know. She's been walking around the same way for years now. Isn't Captain Kelly Lane going on vacation?
Yeah, she's gonna be out for a month.
So I'm hoping when Brooke finds out that Hope and Thomas were sleeping together, that knocks her out for a month-long vacation, and then she has to come back and see that her daughter's in a whole relationship with Thomas, and she can't.
Girl.
She can't get him.
I mean, think about, okay, so, and I gotta go back here because that whole biting of the lip thing,
Ooh,
that means he's aggressive. And I don't mean in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
in the best
So,
possible way.
what'd you say?
In the best possible way.
Exactly. So, I mean, if this is true, what they're saying, that these scenes are supposed to be over a span of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, when she get back to work, the girl better be wore out. She better be worn out.
Because she would have to look at the faces of RJ, Steffi, Ridge, Carter, everybody, and they go, no.
Oh my gosh, she better be wore out. Thomas gonna come up in there with the biggest smile ever because he ain't had sex in probably a good
Couple of years.
Wait a minute. Oh, did she? Yeah, he did sleep with Zoe. So yeah, 2021 is when Zoe left. So yeah, he hadn't had sex in 2 years.
Oh, so that's
Maybe he's been
pent
hooking up with
up.
models and we just haven't seen it.
What? What'd you
I
say?
said maybe he's just been hooking up with the models and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah, but he been wanting Hope for a very long time.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like, that man has wanted this woman, and he finally gets to have her. The way that she's about to be devoured.
Girl, he was about to tear. Wait, he was about to tear her face off. I thought she was the one, because a lot of people saying when she kissed him in Rome, that looked like she was about to take his face off. Oh no, he was about to take her face off today.
Ooh.
Girl,
A little bit of both. I think they were both a little bit aggressive.
ain't nothing wrong with that either.
But that tension. I just know Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, these episodes, Bradley Bell, they better live up to this expectations. Because, I mean, it looks hot. So I can only imagine those scenes. Oh.
And here's the thing, Jay Money said that Matt Atkinson posted on his IG where he took his fiance out to lunch today. Now I know the soaps usually come on in the middle of the day, so that was a good move, Matt.
I would like to have been a fly on the wall while they were shooting that scene, because I know the crew was all probably looking at them like, oh my gosh. Right out of the park.
Oh my god, girl. And when I got through watching it, I had a big old stiff smile on my face. My son came down, he's like, Mom, what's wrong with you? Nothing. He said, well, why are you looking like that? I said, oh, nothing. And then he saw my phone and saw that he was like, oh, Hope and Thomas, huh? I'm like, yeah, Hope and Thomas.
I can't wait for that scene.
Oh, God, girl. Yes, don't be playing with us, Belle. Listen, you gotta.
The fans will riot.
Yes, the fans will riot. Pitchforks and torches and everything. Anyway, okay. Whew, we got sidetracked for a minute. Alright, we got these flips in here. Short and Sassy says, my Y&R flip is that when Audra receives her gifts from Kyle, and when Summer walked up to her, Summer's phone would have alerted her with the purchase receipts for the rings and the flowers. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. LaShanta Stack says, flip the script, Vicky should have been loyal to Nick. Yeah, I agree with that. Skip Nate. TA says, Y&R flip. Summer was walking in the hall at the GCAC and saw Kyle knocking at Audra's hotel room door. Let him keep coming up there. She will. Do he even notice she's staying there?
I don't know, but I'm starting to think that Kyle don't even care anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. TA flipped the script on Bold. Steffi finally telling Finn about Liam's kisses. I totally agree with that. Bold for LaShanta Stacks. Tom would have turned Hope away. That goes back to what you were saying, Keish. Aditha Lee flipped the script for Y&R. Adam leaving Sally alone and focusing on his career. Bold Delmonica Belen. Bold Steffi tells Finn up front about Liam. Aditha Lee for Bold. A newspaper article comes out showing Steffi and Liam kissing, and Sheila Carter is reading it from her jail cell. Man, that would be hilarious. Delmonica, Liam being upfront about kissing Steffi. Let me see. Okay, Brooklyn Rayner. Y&R flip. Summer hires Sally. Summer hires Sally. Okay.
Marchetti.
Yeah. That could have been interesting.
That actually could work. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see if we got any more. Oh, Vinny. Bold flipped the script. Show some other characters that are on the show instead of the select few talking about the same thing. We've been talking about that for years. You know, they get a small sector. I mean, Hope and Thomas, don't touch them right now. But everybody else, yeah, I mean, I could see that. Let's see. Last Night by AZ. I gotta write that down because I'm seeing people put songs in the chat. Last Night by AZ. Is that what that's?
Oh, As Yet.
Huh?
As Yet.
Oh, As Yet. Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna check that out too. All right, cool. Okay.
That is actually the perfect song. Whoever said that, As Yet, Last Night.
That was perfect. Nicole Beth. Nicole Beth said that.
Nicole Beth. Perfect song. You hit that.
Oh, wait.
Perfect.
Brooklyn Rayner says Hope is riding her own stallion. Alright, and it ain't Bill either.
Did we talk about Tucker's impersonation of Jack?
Oh my God.
I was dying.
That was hilarious. I like Trevor St. John. He brings a whole new different thing to Young and the Restless. He is too funny. The Beach by Giveon. You ever heard of that one?
I've heard of him.
I heard of him. I don't think I heard that song. Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Scott Clifton is pissed off. Wait a minute. Aditha Lee says, I think Scott Clifton is pissed off at the storyline also. He just put out a Twitter parody of Thomas and the mannequin Hope making out while he's singing. Really? Scott Clifton is going through a lot, not only on screen as Liam, but he's also going through a divorce right now in his own personal life too. Yeah, he got a lot going on. Boy, could you imagine if he had to play through all that during the time that he was separating from his wife? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, that's rough. Short and sassy bold flip is when Finn told Steffi how proud he was of her. She would have told him about Liam kissing her. I agree with that one. And Ron Julian says, J Money told you ladies, his bold script is J Money told you ladies that you can't trust these writers. They got to put Steffi in Liam's orbit and they will have Finn go crazy and go run into his mom Sheila forgiveness. That could happen. Because what are you going to do with Finn? If Steffi goes and history repeats itself and he finds out about it, where does that leave Finn? He got to be done. After the whole who's the baby daddy thing and he forgave that situation, he's got to be done.
I read that they were revisiting that baby situation again.
Yeah, about whether or not he's the father, whether it's Liam's.
Whether or not he's the father. And I read, and I think that's hard for me to tell what's real and what's not, or what could happen. But they were saying that they were going to bring up the paternity test storyline. Liam starts to feel some sort of pull or some sort of closeness to Hayes, and then Finn finds out the baby's not his, and he's kind of given up most of his life for a woman who's cheated on him and had a baby, and that would make him go crazy like his mother. I could imagine that.
Oh my God, that's well, Keisha.
Better not.
That's what I said. Well, Keisha, I don't know,
I
girl.
don't believe it until I start seeing spoilers in that one little soap magazine.
You mean soap opera digest? Yeah. Okay. Duran says his bold flip is Liam hit the strip club. Nicole Beth said her bold flip is Hope smacking Liam after he saying what he said about her yesterday. Yes, Tucker is comedy relief, Delmonica. Yeah, that was funny. And okay, so that's all of the flips. So let's do our who's taking some seats this week. Who y'all got for the Young and the Restless?
Ooh, oh my God, I feel like I need like a whole airplane. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna need for the men of the Y&R cast to just take a whole seat. Just get on a Spirit airline flight. I'm going to need for you guys to come to some grips and get it together, because the simping is just a little disgusting to see. Simping over Sally, simping over Audra, simping over Summer, simping over Diane. I'm going to need for them to just simp together and come to grips with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
That's a good one. Okay, what you got, Keish?
I'm gonna put Kyle in the seat because he's being a jerk. But I'm also gonna put Summer in the seat, which, surprise, surprise, because of that whole little exchange between her and Diane. Where again, she's blaming Diane for her current situation with her marriage and the things that are going on with her mom. And it's like, you just need to stop it. You just need to admit that your mom messed up and you messed up. So she can have a seat, because I'm tired of her blaming everybody else for her problems. And then Audra can have a seat because I didn't like that little exchange she had with Lily that we were talking about earlier.
Right. Okay. All right. Who am I having taking some seats? Oh my goodness. I mean, I gotta put. I'm kind of what Bree said. Kyle, Jack, who else? Nicholas, even part of Adam, because sliding notes on the doors and all of that type of stuff. You know, it's like, come on, y'all. I understand y'all really want to be with these women, but they shading y'all or playing y'all to the left, especially Audra.
Right.
You know, so all y'all need to go sit down somewhere and think about how y'all moving right now. All right, and then what you got for both?
I think I had two for bold. Case, you're not gonna like this, but I put Finn in the seat, only just looking out for him. Only because I'm looking out for him. I want him to get on plane ticket, take a vacation, because I don't want him to witness his wife cheat on him again, because that's exactly what's going to happen to him. And Liam, I will say this is the most we've ever seen Liam at work.
Right. Oh my goodness.
It took Hope cheating on him
for him to go to work.
And I think we can just keep Liam at work. We don't need to see him cry. I think if we can just let him be at work for about 2 weeks, and then I'll be happy to see Liam again.
All right, what you got, Keish?
Mine is Liam for obvious reasons, and Steffy for obvious reasons. Also, Brooke and Ridge, just because they've been getting on my nerves for the past 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm going to say Steph, and I'm going to put RJ in the seat. As much as he claimed he want to stay out of family business, he's always in it.
Yes, he is.
It's like, really, dude. But yeah, definitely Steffi. She need to tell that man. Quit playing. Quit playing. All right. Let's see what we got in the chat. TA, take a seat. Y&R, Kyle, and Audra. Kyle is acting like GCAC is a brothel. LaShanta Stacks at Y&R seats Vicky, Nate, Sally, Audra, Kyle, Diane, and Jack. Aditha Lee, Y&R seat Sally and Summer. Short and Sassy, Kyle, Audra, and Victor for using his kids as chess pieces. Yeah. Aditha Lee for Bold. Liam need to take a seat with that lie he told Hope that he hadn't thought of Steffi until Hope mentioned her. Yeah, that was a big fat bald face lie.
Sure was.
Phyllis. Dewan. Phyllis for Y&R. Phyllis wasn't on this week, Dewan. Not this week. Maybe next week. Melissa says maybe Brooke doesn't hate Thomas. Maybe she's attracted to him. He's a lot like Ridge. I hope not. Good grief.
Well, they did test out those waters years ago.
Oh, let's not go there. No.
Oh, we can't say that? Oh.
No.
Taylor would really lose her mind.
I know, right? TA, take a seat for Bold. Liam, beyond being a hypocrite, wanting a divorce over a kiss. LaShanta, Bold seats Liam, Hope, and Brooke. Nicole Beth said, I need Liam to take several seats and disappear for a while. I'm sorry, I can't stand Liam. Short and Sassy says, Bold seat Brooke, Ridge, Hope, and most definitely Liam and Steffi. Y&R, choose your path for both storylines, Y&R and B&B, because every storyline take a different path. And Vinny, take a seat, Brooke, Liam, and Wyatt's purple suit, because that poor man has been in that suit for the last month. Oh my God.
I thought about that too. Like, they love putting that man in that color. It's always like a violet or like some form of purple they put this man.
That is funny. I gotta give out 2 awards this week. I gotta give for best acting this week. I gotta give it to for The Young and the Restless. I gotta give it to Tucker. I'm sorry, the dude was he had voice of reason to Jack. Like, look, dude, you maybe need to consider that your sister's behind this and it's not me. And the fact that he did that whole thing with regards to imitating Jack, he did a darn good job at it. And then I gotta give the whole kissing scene to Hope and Thomas at Bold. What about you guys?
Yes, I think that was just that was intense. She put her whole back into it. We saw a lot of touching. I mean, this is this TVMA? Am I watching? This was incredible. And I also would say Scott Clifton, the acting.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, his scenes the last couple of weeks, he's been killing it.
Yeah, but they've been pissed off at him because they're trying to say he was being emotionally abusive by screaming at Hope.
I didn't really agree with that. Yeah, he's mad. I mean, he's upset. I didn't really feel like he was being abusive towards her. I mean,
he was reacting. His wife cheated on him, and she's not trying to tell the truth, so he had to pull it out of her. That would make anybody frustrated.
Yeah.
I thought that was like one of his best scenes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes if you going through some things, you can probably put that energy into your acting.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what happened with his real life wife or ex-wife, but you know, I mean, there's some emotion and all that he did this week. And
he's a really good, in my opinion.
Yep, he is. He really is.
But him and do you pronounce it Annika or Annika?
I call her Annika.
But both of them have been they've been great this week with their acting.
Yep.
And this is like, to me, with the Hope character, this is a side that we've never seen of Hope before. So this is like, it's fun to watch her. It has been fun to watch her these past few weeks.
Yep. Even with the fantasies, I loved it.
Those dang on fantasies.
I know you didn't like. Somebody called them cheesy. Was that you?
Yeah. I didn't hate them. I just thought it was weird to me how cheesy they looked, because they look so like 1970s. Like
Shut up with the disco light. With the disco light and everything.
I would crack up every time they would show one of those fantasies.
Oh my goodness,
I was cracking up at like Hope's like movement in the scenes, because I'm like, this is awfully like, why are you leaning forward? So I'm like, okay.
Well, remember she's on. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, she's on. You talking about in the fantasy, right?
In the fantasy,
because she's riding on top of him. She's in cowgirl style. I'll just say that, right? And so when she's coming down, she's trying to kiss that man while she's on top.
And I'm like, that doesn't. Okay. All right.
I mean, think about it. And listen, it is late night, and especially on the East Coast, it's almost 11 o'clock. So, I mean, if y'all on the 18, listen, it's Friday night. She was in a cowgirl position and riding that dude. So, you know, and I mean, somewhere down the line, you gotta bend back down to kiss your partner. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what you saw while you say she's landing somewhere.
Like it just seemed like she was landing kind of rough. I was like, okay. I mean, like just the way that she was moving her body, you can kind of tell she was sitting on a chair, and then when she was leaning down, you can tell like she had to level herself. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll see. We'll hopefully we'll see Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Girl, oh my. We got to go through a whole weekend.
I know.
That's the crazy thing about these cliffhangers on Friday. They leave you right there, cause you know what's gonna happen next. Cause here's the thing, she gonna take that ring off, and that's it. So, and I do know they say that because they did an interview. If you check out Soap Opera Digest, don't you? Who was that said they check? Yeah. So Annika did an interview about what's going down next week, and she said she took her ring off, and to let Thomas know. At least Kyle could have did that, but you know he didn't. He got in the bed with Audra with his ring on.
Yeah.
But she takes hers off best to signify. Listen, we ain't finna even think about that.
At least she had a conscience. Good for her, because oh my goodness. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
But one other thing, did you see when she said, "I want you, Tom"? Did you see Thomas swallow?
Yep.
He was like,
I can't believe I'm hearing this with my own ears.
That boy swallowed so hard. I'm like, yeah, Tom, you ready? She didn't say Thomas. She said Tom. Okay. Alright. Y'all done? Y'all got it all at your system? I guess we'll have to wait. Girl, somebody said, look at all these comments. Somebody's a surfboard. Yeah, that was a surfboard position, wasn't it? You should have played Beyonce for that fantasy. Surfboard. Surfboard. What's the next part of that lyric? Something about some wood. I forgot.
I think grinding on that wood.
Yeah, grinding on that wood. Oh my God, yeah, she gonna be grinding on that wood, all right. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, I won't be on the show next week because I will be going to a Beyonce.
You going to that Beyonce concert?
I sure am.
Oh
Girl, and
wow, so
that's
you're
the
doing
one
conventions.
because her baby girl is performing in those, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Blue
I'm
Ivy.
going out in Louisville.
Oh, you going
Oh
to see her in
wow.
Louisville? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Please
she.
enjoy yourself.
Oh, I definitely will. She didn't have any dates in Ohio. At least not when I bought my tickets. There weren't any.
Were they
Weren't any.
expensive, girl?
No. So I think what happened with a lot of people is the people that got in early to get their tickets because you had to get a code
Okay.
and you had to wait to get your code. And I think I waited. I want to say I got my code in like 2 months. Um, but I think what happened with some of those people is they got their tickets early, and their intention was to buy them and resell them at a higher price because they knew it was going to be hard for some people to get tickets. So when I got my tickets, girl, there were tickets on there for like $100. Um,
What?
yeah, they weren't any more outrageous than any other concert. Now, of course, the closer you get, the more expensive it is.
Okay.
But I paid I think my total came out to about 250, and I'm on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, so my seats are still good. I mean, it's not right up on the stage or anything like that,
Hmm.
but the area that I'm sitting in is still a good view, and it's down on the floor.
Okay.
Oh wow, enjoy yourself.
I
Oh wow.
Yeah,
know. I went, yeah, because I had went to see Erica Badu last Saturday.
I'd love to see her in concert.
Yeah, she was pretty good, but girl was just way too much weed and up in there, boy. I couldn't take it. I don't smoke, and I'm not knocking anybody who does or whatever, but it was just way too much. I think I got a contact, and I had to leave. I had to
Oh,
step
no, that's
outside. It was just too much. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to see Jill Scott. So,
nice.
yeah. All right, so you're not gonna be here next week. So Bree, are you open next week, or do maybe Jay might be able to go?
I'm open.
Okay,
I would play.
okay, and then probably Trish will be back then. So no problem. All right, you guys, we are officially at 3 minutes after the hour. So we've been on at this for 3 hours, but I expected it as much because I know a lot was going on Bold and Beautiful this week. And we only have 4 days, and it was a lot. So, all right,
Yeah,
okay, you guys. Well, enjoy your concert, Miss Thing.
will do.
Have a good time. And Bree, thank you for helping out this week and covering for Trish. And J Money, thank you for being a mod in that chat, keeping it in order. And thank you guys for all of your comments, your participation. And make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can come back to listen to us again. And until then, stay tuned for the spoilers for the week of the 10th through the 14th. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.